Welcome to session 68. So, previously you were exploring Erminig. You had found a set of islands after kind of sailing around in the dark. You managed to talk to some Dradkin and some Kerrig. You managed to swindle some people who were trying to swindle you out of a map. And from there, you had sailed onward and had some navigational challenges where you wind up um, coming up to a wall, presumably going the wrong direction, and you dealt with an envoy, um, which turned into promised to be a harrowing fight until somebody had some quick thinking to paralyze them and cause them to fall to the bottom of the sea. So as we begin, you are still. You've just reached the wall. You can see that it heads both right and left before you, and so we'll see what you do from there. So let me take you to the map. So you did manage to acquire an extra boat. And as I said before, the wall is in front of you. So what do you do?
Hmm. Well, given that we have managed to make negative progress, perhaps we should take this opportunity to get back to the starting point. It would be nice to take a sample from the area near the steeps.
All right. Just out of curiosity, would this be a good enough sample? I pull out a small stone.
Where is this sample from?
One second, one second. From the middle of the glowing crystal room in the steeps.
It is probably not going to work. This is not likely to be from the same plane of existence.
Right, well, then yes, let us get back to the exit beach.
Well, given that we have the wall here, or might as well follow it to the left. That should take us east relative to the map.
All right.
All right. If you're going to follow the wall, then you don't have to make navigation checks because you're just following a wall. However, you still have to make rolls as far as the rowing goes. I'll be rolling for Joel because he's not here. So I guess so. Are you guys going to leave immediately, or going to do anything else first?
Yeah, looking over at the edge, I wonder how deep the fishing is here. Does anyone have any available rope?
I do have like 50 feet, but I seriously doubt that would be enough.
Actually, I've got a, not counting the rope I'm using to tie myself, I've got 100 extra feet worth of silk rope. I'm going to tie the two ropes together, and what is something not very valuable that I have? Hmm. Well, this will return to me if anything goes wrong. I'm going to go ahead and take off my breastplate and tie that on as a weight, and I'll tie the other end of so I'll tie that at one end of the rope with the two ropes tied together, and then the other end will be tied to the boat near where I'm anchoring, just so it doesn't go too far. And I'm going to start paying out the line over the side and see if if I can feel the line go slack before I run out of rope.
Okay, how much rope do you have?
100 feet.
Okay, so yeah, you lower it all the way until you run out of rope, but it feels like there's more to go.
Okay, start pulling it back in. Well, the bottom is more than 100 feet down.
Alright.
Suppose I could add more, but I wonder, do you think the envoy had any possessions worth anything?
I think it would be interesting to see what he did have on him, but perhaps coming back after we've healed a bit and can prepare properly for this type of mission. Unless you have another idea on how to get down there and back up. And I have 50 feet to add to your cause, but we have no idea how far down it can go.
Well, the idea was the old-fashioned way, hold one's breath.
Well, we do have at least one mask for that.
That is true. So, perhaps you will be the volunteer. Wait a minute.
What I meant was how to get back up.
If only we had 4 other people in a boat with a long length of rope. I forget. Do you still have the item of continual flame, or was that gifted to someone?
I am still having that, yes. I pull out my pocket watch.
Yeah, that I still have. Well, if you don't mind it being hung from a line, we can try adding the 3rd quantity of rope and see if the bottom ever gets illuminated. You cut out after saying int.
King
And I
Gizzard?
make sure you...
Oh, sorry. I said, all right. King Gizzard, Conglomerate, Miss Darcy, would any of you like to be donating to the length of rope to see what we can get down there?
I am quite interested, in fact.
Sure, I don't really use it anyway. And she's gonna give her, like, adventure pack amount. So I think it's just like 50 or whatever.
It's not like you're not going to get it back.
I know.
And
Besides, she'd rather one of you climb down there and poke around than herself.
I don't think I have a rope. So I was confusing today. I thought I did.
Well, Judge's rope and Darcy's double length. Alright, well, I'll go ahead and add their lengths. They hand them over to the total, and then I'll tie Judge's item on the end so that we have some illumination.
Alright, so how much rope is that?
That should get us 200 feet total.
Okay, and what's the range on the illumination?
Well,
it is a standard lantern, but if you're looking at it from far away with nothing in between, you're going to see it from a lot further than that.
He's, I think, referring to whether it'll shine far enough down to hit the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not. Yeah, you'll be able to see it.
Okay.
I'm not questioning that part of it.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh.
so roughly
There you go.
260 feet then worth of view distance, basically, right?
Let me
Yeah.
check. It might be just a little longer than
Okay.
The
that. And every
lantern goes
millimeter
out like
now-
30 feet.
Equivalent to a torch. If providing bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim for another 20, so we could get dim light down as far as 240 feet.
Okay, so yeah, you lower your rope, you lower your light with it, and you see the light, but around the light you see nothing but darkness.
Well, that is very deep indeed. That is not going to be a viable plan. Start pulling the rope back in. Once it's up on top, I'll go ahead and separate the lengths and hand them back to their original owners. Judge, of course, gets back his illumination.
All right.
Yeah, in that case, back to these sleep cities.
So you guys have 2 boats now. So how is that being arranged? I'm assuming you're taking the second boat, but if you're not, then
Oh, definitely. Nope, we're taking it.
Well, if we're lashing together, it would probably make sense to do that side by side and have me sitting on one side and Conglomerate on the other.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see if we get this going here. So you mean
Make it kind of a
something like that?
catamaran.
Exactly.
And then Conglomerate's over here.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. And you're gonna follow the wall to the left.
Yes, going basically east.
Fair enough. All right. So yeah, there's definitely still currents and whatnot here, especially once you start moving. So both you and Conglomerate can give me strength checks. Actually, because you have 2 boats now, the DC will be higher, but because you have more. Oh, actually, yes. You can essentially get 3 people rowing because the boats are side by side instead of 2. So if you want to add a third person,
We could get 4 because there's 4 orders total, so we put 2 on each boat.
yeah,
rowing their
okay, that's
respective
fine. So yeah, so you can have 4 people
Or
rowing
here.
for the strength check if you want. So the DC will be higher, but you can have more people rowing, so that may counteract that. We'll see. So who is going to participate in the rowing?
I'll go ahead.
Yes, not me.
Well, you already rolled, so that we're taking that. We'll go ahead and take Conglomerate. We'll assume Cyclone and Conglomerate. Who else?
I could try and help, but I'm not going to be that useful.
Okay. So Conglomerate, you're gonna roll too. Okay, go ahead.
Or,
It's a
yeah.
strength check. And then what we'll do is we'll add the 4 numbers together, and then we'll see how that fares.
Oh boy.
All right. So that.
Oh my
is,
goodness.
25, 31, 34.
I
Okay.
didn't get the highest.
That's fair.
Oh my
All right,
gosh, I
so that's 1 step hidden. Okay, so you're basically moving at half speed. So let me go ahead and move you guys on the hidden map here. So it takes you. Oh, go ahead.
Then the joke about me not helping was because my roll was so bad. I mean, yeah, it counts, but it's like, okay, was he even really rowing?
Yeah, fair enough. So you spend an hour rowing. You can tell you're going by the wall on the side that you can kind of still in your vision. You can tell that you're moving about half as fast as you could be, but that's still better than losing ground. So after an hour passes, nothing seems to change. Everything is deathly quiet except for the exertions that you're spending with the rowing. And even though you can feel the the oar catch in the water, you put the effort in to move it. You can feel the boat going up and down. You still see nothing other than the wall in the distance. So after that hour passes, you're going to continue traveling, or are you going to do something else?
Might as well keep on going.
All right. In that case, everybody go ahead and roll again.
I guess my arms look sore from all that rope pulling.
Can I go ahead and dice?
Or indeed. Oh man.
All
These
right.
are-
So we got an 8, 9, an 8, and a 23. All right.
Okay. Well,
All right. So that's what 31, 40. Okay, so that's enough to move at full speed. So you can tell you're moving twice as fast this time as you were before. So let me go ahead and move you guys. You notice though that it isn't immediate, but you can tell that you're kind of having to rotate to keep following the wall. It appears that you've passed around some sort of corner, and that rotation has become shallower again. I'm assuming you're still following the wall, so you're just kind of rotating the boat to keep the wall in sight. And as you continue, you notice that from up above, from the darkness, you can feel this column of freezing cold air blasting down. And you can see that the drips of water, sweat from your exertions, freezing. And so you suddenly feel this cold. So everybody go ahead and give me a Constitution save. Okay, Gizzard makes it. Looks like Conan fails. Judge fails.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, Judge, you really failed because that +4 shouldn't have been there. So that was actually a 4. So.
No, that +4 is there because I have an 18 con.
Oh, okay, cool then. All right. So Darcy, go ahead and roll.
Wait a second. There we go. Oh no. Come on, push the right button. There. I can actually
am I
turn that
rolling
into
for?
a
Con save.
12.
Okay, so 12 still fails.
Oh well.
The DC is 15. So that's why Gizzard succeeded. And so now we're just seeing how Darcy does, and then I'll say what happens.
Constitution.
Yeah, saving throw.
Bam.
Okay.
Nope.
So Gizzard, despite being a lizard, somehow you're able to shrug off the freezing cold. But as you look around, you can see your comrades shivering and struggling. So everybody except for Gizzard gains a level of exhaustion. Let me go ahead and roll for Conglomerate to see if he does as well.
Wait, this is just.
He does as well. Alright. So yeah, you guys, you can see that everyone is shivering, and Conglomerate, you're the only one unaffected so far. So what do you guys do?
If this is just cold,
Tyler, you have to speak louder.
If this is just cold, can we try and warm ourselves up?
You can try. How are you going to do that?
Well, I can prestidigitate for about a minute at a time to warm things up for each person individually. But, let's see here. Oh yeah, this is a question. I think Judge would know the answer, but I don't.
Okay.
If I were to cast Tiny Hut on our 2 ships, will it float along with our 2 ships?
No, it'll just stay wherever you cast it.
Oh.
Relative to the ocean,
to the ground or the wall or just the world in general. So yeah, you can cast it, and you'll just sail right at it.
Okay. Because it maintains a warm, dry environment, which would give us
Right.
temperature.
Yeah, I got the idea. And if you were to try and maybe, so you're near the wall, if somehow you anchor yourself to the wall and stop moving, and cast it, then that would work. But not if you're stoned.
Right.
Alright, so everybody else, you gonna try anything, or are you just gonna try to push through it?
Well, would like making fire help at all?
Would fire help at all?
Yeah.
She asked.
Yes.
Yeah, a fire would potentially help warm you up if it's big enough. Although remember that the upper portions of the boats are wood, even if the bottom is iron.
Would like just having a torch near you by just proxy help?
Oh,
a
I
little
see.
bit?
You're gonna light torches, and I would say that if you light a torch and you huddle over it, you could potentially warm yourself up. But I would say you'd probably need a torch per person if you're gonna go that route.
Oh, that's all I got.
Okay, and like I said, I've got prestidigitation that can warm your clothes.
Yeah, so you can probably warm yourself using prestidigitation.
Well, we should just force our way through it. The movement should help warm us up.
Alright then. So, I believe one level of exhaustion does not affect ability checks yet, so everybody can roll your strength checks like normal then.
Sorry, I had to step away for a moment.
I think it does affect ability checks first.
Oh, disadvantage on ability checks. Okay, yeah, so you'd be making your strength checks at disadvantage.
Except for me.
Except for Gizzard, yes.
I don't like being relied on for strength checks.
So 18
Yep,
so far.
I don't either.
Okay, 22 so far, and then who was the fourth person? Darcy? Oh no, Conglomerate. Let me roll
Yep.
for Conglomerate. Yeah. Sorry about that. Strength, ability check. All right. So
Wow.
is 18, 22, 26. So as you 26. Okay, that's still it's half speed, but it's still good enough. You still move forward, even if you feel like you're crawling. And as you move, it takes another hour, and the cold, the freezing drizzle continues, but you can see ahead of you the beach of the Steeps. So let me go ahead and take you to that map. So the cold drizzle is still affecting you here in the boat, but you have arrived at the beach. So what do you
How deep is the water here? Can you actually see the bottom?
do? Yeah. It's shallow enough at this area that you could actually walk around in it.
Alright, well, I'm gonna use telekinetic mage hand to try to grab a rock from out as far as I can.
Okay, you do so.
Alright, so I'll grab that and catalog it.
And since the cold is still here, whoever didn't find a way to warm themselves up, if anybody, go ahead and make a Constitution save. But this will be the last one as you're getting out. Robert makes it this time. So does Cyclona. Alright, so Darcy had a torch, and Judge had prestidigitation, so you guys are fine. Conglomerate
Are you serious?
gains Gizzard, however, gains a level of exhaustion.
Wait, didn't he make his though before, so he doesn't have to roll this?
Yeah.
I thought this
Yeah,
was
Oh, is that a thing?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Never mind. You're good then. Alright, so you've arrived. some of you you're still cold, but it is currently sometime in the morning. So what do you do?
At least we have our sample, but feels like the more time we spend, the worse off we are.
I think we could all do a little bit of a rest and recuperation. We're tired from rowing all night and fighting the thing.
It's true. The question, I suppose, is where would be best to rest?
Well, you know this place. We can tie the boat to shore and go deeper into the steeps if there's a place in here you feel might be more secure. But not far, please.
No, I suppose the issue is, do we really want to loiter around inside a cave for most of the day? Maybe we are best off going somewhere else. More inviting.
What do you suggest?
Well, if we need to rest, well, I believe I have the resources for one of my spells. I'd like to prepare anyway, so perhaps, either one of the towns, or I suspect even something like the Uncas Watchtower would still be adequate for the purpose. And that way we are sleeping in proper beds instead of here on a stone floor or some equivalent.
That sounds wonderful.
Does anyone else have any opinion?
Can you repeat what you said one more time?
Do you wish to go to civilization to rest, or would you rather stay here?
I kind of would rather stay here, to be honest.
And Darcy?
We traveled this far.
I think
Not this
what is suggested is we can have civilization in one bed tonight and come right back to this cave tomorrow and start again.
That's probably a good idea, too.
I'm glad you think so. I'll get up out of the boat and just shoulder slump, just kind of ready to go.
Yeah, very well, civilization.
You can leave yourselves in the boat for now, but because we'll just narrate you leaving the cave. But you do notice that as soon as you cross the shoreline, the cold drizzle that you've been feeling as you discussed this is gone. If you cross back, it's there again. You cross to this side, it's gone. So it only exists in Urbanic. Alright, so I'll go ahead and take you to the map. We'll give it maybe 20 minutes to get out all the way. Alright, you are at the steeps. So what? That's weird. You can stop. Alright, so what do you do from there? Where do you go?
Well, do we wish to settle for a watchtower, or perhaps go to Catanese?
Catanese, wait a second. Hold on. Map. Oh, yes. If we can get to Catanese, that would be wonderful, but I believe the Anchus Watchtower is the closest, depending on how you plan to get us there.
Well, I'm going to have to fly us the hard way. We could probably get to Catanese in about 3 hours. The watchtower is little more than a half hour away.
Such as up to the effort you are willing to be putting in. Well, wait. We are all exhausted. I'm gonna think for a moment. I could use some friendly faces and secure sleep. And Judge is going to inventory. Right. I'm not finding it right now. I'm sure I've got it somewhere, but an object from Sebastian's uncle's house, Barius.
Okay.
And I know. Oh yeah. Your mug, Mr. Cyclonen. That would be something.
Very well.
We'll just teleport yourself straight to a friendly house.
Well, before you do that, one thing I would like to point out is that we are going to have to come back. And are you willing to expend such a valuable resource just to begin a journey?
Oh, I suppose.
I mean, Catanese is on the distant side, but at least that is still a little more comfortably within my flight range, because I am not going to prepare windwalk or transport via plants just to get back to this dungeon. But yes, from Jesus, that is a bit far for a flight.
In that case, I would suggest the watchtower. It's plenty warm, and they should have good food. Half hour away, and we're all exhausted.
Very well. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use Wild Shape to change into a Quetzalcoatlus.
Okay.
What's down there?
And then, Judge, I could use some expert guidance.
Of course, I will be expert guidancing him as I help tie the rope harness. I've been doing that part too.
All right.
All right. Well, in that case, once everybody's on board, I'll go ahead and take off.
Okay. So
Sounds good.
normally you would have this pat, but you are exhausted, so go ahead and give me a athletics check.
Double check the.
This is where the guidance comes in.
Yeah.
This fresh air is lovely.
Yeah, all that feeling of dread, the limitations on your powers, all of that is lifted.
Indeed, it is.
And you can see for miles instead of feet.
Such wide open spaces.
That is effectively a 21.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely good enough. So you launched into the air without any issues. So go ahead and go. So how long does it take you to get there?
It's going to be closer to 45 minutes. What I'm going to do is loop around the watchtower, kind of land in the jungle so we can emerge from there to approach.
Okay. Cool. All right, so you arrive at on the ground, and then you walk to the watchtower, and you see 2 guards. It's still morning though, so they just wave you through. So what do you do?
Yes, the first order of business is to reserve the accommodations.
Yes. I believe, just, yes.
It's a fairly straight line. There's a path that leads directly to the Ankus Inn. Off to the side, you can see a small temple of Athena, and of course a public fountain and rest area. So yeah, you arrive at the inn, and you can see it's about half full. You recognize the bartender, the innkeeper, and he kind of waves as you enter. So what do you do?
I am going to see if I can do some shopping here. I'm gonna go look for a vendor and see if I can find one that sells maps and navigation aids.
All right, so you head off to the Agora to look for a vendor. What's everybody else doing? The innkeeper has kind of waved at you as you entered, but you haven't secured a room or done anything like that yet. So what do you do?
Let's go get a room.
Yeah.
Room,
I would like.
food, all that good stuff.
All right, you approach, and then the innkeeper says, "You look tired. Have you been traveling?"
Oh yeah.
Well, we have comfortable rooms available, half mithna per person per night, and of course the meals are 2 small mithna per person.
How many rooms are we getting? How many rooms do you guys want?
Well,
Um,
up to 5, depending on whether or not people want to share.
Yeah. I'll share with Kong. So,
and if willing, I can share with Cyclone, unless he wants his own accommodations. Just for
That will be
for door.
fine.
So 3 rooms. And that would give
Sounds like a plan.
We can do
Okay.
3 rooms.
Imagine
There
3
are how many of you?
There are 5 of us.
5.
All right.
Okay,
then.
so more than-
So that will be 5 half mithna for rooms.
Sounds good.
And do you wish to have meals prepared?
Why not? Let's do that.
Of course.
That'll be 10 small mithna. So 5 half mithna for the rooms, 10 small mithna for the meals.
Sounds good.
Who's paying?
Coming out of my pocket.
Thank you, Gizzard.
He hands everybody keys to the rooms. And just head up the stairs. You will find numbers that match your keys.
Okay. I grab Kong, take my keys, and go to the room. It's sleep time.
Nap time.
All right. So it sounds like Darcy, you got a room to yourself. You going to the room? Or you can do something else first.
Time to sleep. Sleep time.
All right.
I will go to the Agora with Cyclone.
Fair enough. All right. So Cyclonin, you and Judge go to the Agora. So what are you searching for?
Well, like I said, I'm seeking out whoever sells map and navigational aids.
All right. So you start looking around for that. Are you looking for anything in particular, Judge, or are you just helping, just hanging out with Cyclonin?
For the moment, just kind of hanging out with Cyclone and making sure, the guy's not selling us junk paper, something that'll hold up in a wet environment.
Although I should clarify, I only mention maps just as because I imagine that kind of vendor has maps. I am specifically looking for tools.
Yeah, like the sextants and the compass and the, everything to
Navigation.
make maps, drawing and navigation. Yeah,
Exactly.
All right,
and
fair
the
enough.
maps are just blank paper.
Yep, fair enough. Okay, so you find a place where they sell various traveling and navigation equipment. So you find various navigation tools, sextant, measuring equipment, and that kind of thing. So navigation tools would, if you ask for them, it's like, yeah, we can sell you that. A good set of tools for 40 Mithna.
What are your finest tools?
Sorry, say that again?
Can I see your finest tools?
Very well. He kind of digs around and pulls out a larger set of tools, and you can see the measurements. Allows for finer measurement, and it seems to be a bit easier to use, a bit more advanced. It says, I can sell you this for, this one's a little more expensive, but it'll help you with your, if you really need to navigate and chart out areas, that'll cost you 100 Mithna.
I'll go ahead and kind of carefully scrutinize all the tools and everything. Kind of take a look at the craftsmanship.
Yeah, you examine it, and it's advanced navigation tools. What that means is that it gives you a +2 to any navigation checks.
These look like they should do nicely. Let's see. So 100 Mithna, huh? I guess I will give him 10 full.
All right, he gladly takes it. So I don't have an item made for this, so on your sheet you can just make an item to say navigation tools +2 to navigation checks.
Alright.
Or advanced navigation tools.
Alrighty. Well,
in addition, you may, if you are traveling far or you need to see distant landmarks, this may come in handy. And he shows you a spyglass for only 100 gold Mithna.
I believe Miss Darcy has one of those.
Yep, I do. I stole it. It's great. 5-finger discount.
So what do you tell him?
Thank you, but that is an item that we do already have, though. Should we find ourselves in need of one in the future?
Very well.
Certainly go out.
Let's see if these actually exist here. Navigate.
There's
they
actually an
do.
item called Navigator's Tools.
Yeah,
Let
so
me
just
modify
add that and just give edit it to give you an extra +2.
Yeah, I also edited the price to reflect how much they'd actually cost.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure those were in the SRD, but it looks like they are, so that's good.
I believe that using these in conjunction with my tome should be enough to be able to divine a way to locate various destinations.
All right.
Perhaps tomorrow we can try your item and see if it will navigate us to Siphon. If it does not, I have an idea for an alternate plan that involves following the cable for a while, and then using the spell to allow us to sort of calculate a trajectory.
No problem. That sounds like a wonderful idea. Thinking about it, is there a, because this is just a tower, it's not the city. Is there like a knick-knack or a toy type shop? I mean, I've got a whole bunch. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch. Well, not necessarily souvenir shop; they'd be all overpriced. But I've got a bunch of uniquely painted gem, dust, glitter, pebbles. We don't have enough of whatever they use for money there. This blue crystal, and at least some people are willing to barter. Apparently, these gem-coated rocks that I painted weren't enough. I want to see if there's objects that look interesting and unique that might be barter and trade worthy once we get back to Erminig.
Okay. So, what kind of objects are you looking for? Like rings, jewelry, or are you looking for gemstones? Are you looking for like statues, statuettes,
Statues,
games?
statuettes, statuettes, carved things that look like they have been worked. Raw gems and crystals have a general, I don't know what this is, so it can't be that valuable type thing going on. But that also has a unique value. So I'm looking for something that's worked by hand.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Can you go ahead and roll that for me? I'm away from keyboard.
Okay.
Did you not already have an assortment of miscellaneous gems?
I do, but remember the one guy? 1,000 of them, and 1,000 of those, and a thousand thousands of them.
All right, so with a 14, you look around looking for anything. You do find somebody who's selling small carved wooden statues. It looks like the statues are about maybe a foot tall, of various different humans, and different dress. Like you have robes, you would have soldiers, you would have street vendors. Basically different kinds of people. Um, it looks like they're being sold for 10 Mithna a piece. Um, they're definitely hand carved, but they are made out of wood. So what do you do? That's the best that kind of description you're able to find.
Okay, so nothing smaller that I could actually like carry like a dozen of, like a.
Yeah, you looked,
I
but
was,
with you weren't able to find anybody selling anything smaller.
I don't know what my
You got a
what my
14.
Okay. Um.
Now, Judge, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Am I not mistaken in that you and Darcy had a great deal of difficulty communicating with the people of that land?
Yes.
Do you not have access to the comprehend languages spell?
That would be a good thing to have. Perhaps we should just go back to the. Maybe I will buy one statue, just in case. Are they all people or are there animals?
These are
Is there
all
like
people. So, what kind of person do you want? It could be male, female, and it could be various walks of normal life.
Okay. Purely because of aesthetic value, I would like to try and find a ballerina or a belly dancer, one of those, something that's aesthetically pretty, might be pleasing to the eye.
Okay, so like a female dancer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you'd find that absolutely.
Okay, I will buy this one, but yes, let's go back to the hut, or to the inn, and I will see about such a spell.
Yep, he gladly takes your 10 Mithna and gives you the statue. The statue itself is about half a pound, if that's available in the. Actually, probably less than that. Probably a tenth of a pound. And there you go. It seems to be hollow on the inside mostly, so it's not solid wood. But it's still fairly thick.
Okay.
It does mean though that you could theoretically you notice as you get it, there's a hole in the bottom that's cut, and it is hollow in the inside. So you feel like you could, as long as you can fit it within a couple of inches to get through the hole, you could actually hide small objects inside.
That would work. Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Any other shopping?
I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I think that is all I needed. I just wanted something to help ensure some sort of way to return to familiar landmarks or utilize them for our advantage.
So if I remember correctly, you guys took a long rest last time. It was at 9 p.m. the previous day. So basically, you can take another long rest at 9 p.m. tonight.
We're basically kind of lounging and recovering from
exactly.
exhaustion.
I mean, you can take short rests, but yeah, you kind of have to wait for your long rest.
Yeah,
Right.
that
When
was
we get
exactly
back-
why I didn't want to stay in the cave like all day and then all night.
Okay, good thinking. That being the case, as we walk back to the inn, I would like to pick up a pebble from the path in the watchtower.
Okay, you do so.
Okay. And when we get back to the inn, I will. Okay, I'm back to my computer. When we get back to the inn, I would like to sit on my bed and cast Project Image.
All right. So yeah, I believe the setup was you could use this when the library is open. You would get help, but it would take twice as long to do the seminar.
1.5 times as long.
1.5. Okay, great. I'm glad
Yeah.
you wrote it down.
I got it written down.
So what are you going to try to do?
I would like to appear in front of the library. I don't just go in the library. I appear at the guard gate.
Right.
Excuse me.
And
Excuse
you already made the arrangements, so they notice you. It's like, you are back. Do you wish to use the library?
I do. If I could please get some assistance, yes. I need to look up a spell for communications.
Very well. Come this way. All right. So you get some help. You are able to find the spell. I'm assuming it's comprehend languages you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull the spell up right now to see what level it is and everything.
It's first level.
Oh, okay. That'll be easy enough.
So yeah.
Should take about an hour and a half.
Fair enough. So you should be able to open up the spell list in your handout section, or sorry, in your journal section, and then you can just find it under wizard and just drag it over to your character.
Okay. Comprehend languages.
Now, at least as far as I understand the limitations of this spell, you'll probably have a communications triangle. It sounds like Darcy will need to speak to the person will speak to you, you translate to Darcy, and so forth. But it is better than nothing.
So Judge is busy basically being sitting on his bed and using project image, so he's focusing on that. So Darcy and Conglomerate, what are you two doing, if anything?
Relaxing from being in the underworld, basically.
Same
Fair
as
enough.
Conglomerate.
All right, yeah, I'm assuming Conglomerate's hanging out with you guys. Cyclonin, what are you doing?
Probably kind of testing out my tools and stuff while just kind of listening over to Judge doing his research.
I keep popping back and forth so I can have a conversation with you.
Yeah. Another thought that occurs to me is, what about the tongue spell? I believe that is more advanced, but that would be in some ways more versatile.
Let me look.
That one's third level.
All right, hold on. Let me pull up third level. All right. grants a creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understands what he says. Works for an hour. Yes, okay. So if I were to get that spell as well, that would be 4.5 hours for that one, and an hour and a half for the first level spell. How much would those two spells cost? 1/3, 1/1. 400 Mithna? It'd be 400 Mithna?
Okay.
No, I was checking. I'm trying to remember your pricing. I thought it was 100 Mithna per spell level. I'm just... Alright. 9/7 minus 4 is 3. Alright. So, okay. I have removed the money from my Oracle library funds. Alright. Oh, here's a question. Summon spells don't work.
Right.
And
Oh, right. Sorry.
would...
Go
Right,
ahead.
summon spells don't work, but animate objects does?
Animate object does, but morphing a person doesn't.
Alright, well what about Tiny Servant? That's you're not summoning anything, but you're bringing it to life, kind of like animate objects. Would that work in
Let me
Erminig?
bring it up. I'm not sure. Spell list. What level is that?
Third level
It's
spell,
third
Tiny.
level.
Yeah.
Tiny Servant.
It affects a tiny non-magical object.
Yeah, so
It
the object
animates it.
already exists. You're not summoning it from somewhere else, and you're not changing a living
Yeah.
creature. So yeah, that sounds like good work.
Awesome. I would like to buy that spell as well for a certain explanation.
Right. You only have 8 hours, so do you have enough time to do that? You're up to 6 hours right
Okay.
now.
Tiny's are in third level, so that would take 4.5
yeah,
hours.
No, you don't
I
have
could
enough
get-
time right now. Yeah.
Alright, I can get 2 hours of it done today. And then if we are willing to take a late start in the morning, I can get the other 2.5 hours done tomorrow morning.
That should be fine, I think.
And, alright.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so Judge is basically out the whole day. So is
Yeah.
anybody else doing anything during that day, or do we want to fast forward?
Actually, there is potentially something I want to do since we're kind of here all day anyway.
Okay.
Which is leave. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and go do an investment in the future. Is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'll actually fly to Katniss, make arrangements to purchase a. Actually, let me go ahead and verify what the item would be. I've got a list for that somewhere.
All right, let me bring up the store thing again then.
It's probably not going to be the standard store thing. I'm looking for a 1,500 gold piece jade circlet.
Okay, so yeah, you investigate the Agora, ask around. So go ahead and give me a perception or investigation check. See if you can find someone that sells what you're looking for.
You said perception was okay?
Yeah, perception or investigation is fine.
Did you mention that you were going to be leaving to the big city when I'm doing my thing?
Yeah.
Alright, just on your way out, I say, if at all possible, can you stop by Vulcan and pick up my thing for me?
I'm going to cut the knees, not supposed.
Okay, never mind. Thank you, though.
Okay. So with the 15, you are able to find someone who sells almost exactly what you're looking for. So yeah, you can just spend the money and get it right now.
All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that then. Let's see. Okay. 1,500.
Was there any other shopping you were going to do while you were at the Agora?
I'll give it some thought here.
Okay. Well, while you're thinking, I'm going to take a quick break for a few minutes to use the restroom. Be right back.
Yep, definitely not something I'm in urgent need for, but it occurs to me if I
You
have the
could-
cash for it, I might as well burn it.
Yep. It's better to have it and have it ready when you have the cash for it.
Yep. I'm going to, I guess I'll look anyway. Somehow I doubt that's on the item list, but you never know.
But yeah, it had occurred to me that you were trying to lower a rope down to get to the bottom or whatever. We could tiny servant someone down there. Send a tiny servant down. They don't need to breathe, and tell them what to pick up or what to look for, and they can just bring it back up the rope. Or if we can find a tiny servant that can fly, because some of them can't. Oh yeah, finding a tiny servant that can fly. Maybe a little eagle statue or something. Maybe a gargoyle statue, one with wings and arms.
Alright, so I'm back. One thing, piece of disclosure, you would have known this already, being Arcana inclined, but one thing that there is a prohibition on basically flying magic. So if you use Tiny Servant on something that could fly, it'll basically just fall to the ground. It could walk, but you realize you can't make it fly.
Okay. Alright, because yeah, flying is in its mode if it's that shape. I don't know if that was magical.
Makes sense. And normally that would work fine, but the peculiar
that
magic
that is
of
magical.
Ermineg messes with it.
Okay. Alright, cool.
And the same thing would apply to like tensors, floating disc, and similar things.
Wait, Tensor's floating disc won't fly in Ermineg?
Yeah, it'll basically just flop on the ground.
Well, the Tensor's floating disc might be a little bit different because it levitates sort of, but it doesn't fly anyway.
Is it a fixed distance off the ground?
It's like 3 feet or
Oh,
something.
okay. So no, that would work. Because if you go under the water line, for example, it would just follow the ground, not the memory of the sea. So okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that would be the big implement. Yeah, floats 3 feet off the ground. Yeah, it can't cross elevation changes to 10 feet or more.
Yeah, that's okay. Fair enough. No problem. But anyway, with the Tiny Servant, I just want to make sure you knew, just in case you, because I heard something about gargoyles or something when I was coming back on, and
oh yeah,
I didn't want you to make plans and then go, and it's like, oh, well, that doesn't work. Well, I didn't know that.
Well, the idea was, how Cyclona was trying to lower a rope down the side of the boat to see if we could get anything off of that emissary's corpse.
Yeah.
well, we could lower a tiny servant down on a fishing line, and I thought that would be great. And then I realized, well, if I got a tiny servant with wings, it could fly back up to the boat. We wouldn't necessarily have to have rope.
So yeah, you can lower them on a fishing line, as it were, and that would work. But yeah, the other one wouldn't.
I have
Of
a
course, you'd
fishing
have to
line.
have a rope long enough to reach the bottom still.
I
ahead.
plan on
I
getting
have a
1,000. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
if you're actually gonna do a fishing line, I could just, I don't know, cut line long enough, or if you wanted to just do the rope thing, I could just cast them out there. I have a fishing
Well,
pole.
Well, I was just going to buy 1,000 feet of fishing line because that would be easier and lighter weight than trying to carry 1,000 feet of actual rope.
True enough.
Yeah, but yeah, you do have a fishing pole if we need to cast. Okay.
I also have a bucket, so we could, if we need to grab more things from down below, they could put it in the bucket, because I don't know how well a tiny person can hold on to things.
Yep, that would be a fine idea.
Or I had a bucket. Did I get rid of my bucket? See. Nope, I still have my bucket. And I have a fish tackle. Yep, we're good.
So just so you're aware, the closest you're gonna get to fishing line is the silken line, which can you buy that? You should be able to buy it individually. How much would that be?
Yeah, because I know there's silk rope, but that's still way different than.
Yeah, you want it. You want
fishing line.
something lighter than that. Yeah.
The closest
like-
thing I can see is like fish tackle, because that's what I have.
Yeah, and that does have the silken line I was talking about, but it doesn't say how much it has.
Okay. All right, you'll have to figure out, yeah, because just a spool of 1,000 feet of fishing line is going to be, believe it or not, smaller than a 50-foot coil of rope.
Yeah, so
I don't
silken
understand
strand.
how something meant to support a fish pulling on it could possibly be smaller than something meant to support potentially multiple full-size people.
Har har. I think you're being sarcastic. My brain's not working.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not very clear, but it seems like it's somewhere on the order of 100 feet. But you can obviously buy more. So,
Yeah, especially if I'm not getting the tackle and everything else that comes with
yeah,
it. Just
so we'll
the
say
spool is fine.
it's about 2 Mithna per 100 feet if they were going to buy it at the Agora.
All right. 2 Mithna per 100 feet. Okay. So that would be 20 Mithna for 1,000 feet.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So that would be 2 gold Mithna. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
However, obviously you're not at the Agora, so I'm assuming you're paying Cyclonin or Darcy to go do this?
Either I'll pay Cyclonin or Darcy to go do it, or I'll just do it tomorrow morning when we get up after actually sleeping.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Any other shopping, Cyclonin?
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to need to buy some agate. And I've got an idea.
Is it specific cost or just general jewelry or gemstone?
Let me go ahead and verify. I'm pretty sure I need like 50 gold worth for it.
Okay.
Let me make sure. Oh, not agate. Sorry, ruby dust worth 50 gold.
Okay, fair enough. So you find someone who stone cutter or something like that, and yep, you're able to get 50 Mithna worth of ruby dust.
All right, perfect. Okay. Let's see. All right, and then I think probably the last thing I'm going to do if all that stuff is in order is, geez, gotta look through my inventory here.
Right. Fishing tackle was only, or wait, no. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it comes with some of that built in, but you're paying for the extras.
Oh, that's what I was getting at. Is the price was 2 Mithna for not getting the hooks and lead sinkers and velvet
Fishing
lures,
tackle.
and
Oh yeah, you got a point.
yeah,
Sorry about that. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
So
I'm not getting all of that stuff.
okay, so we'll go ahead and do a half Mithna per 100 then.
Okay.
Yeah, normally people don't need to get so much of the silken line because it's not strong enough for actual adventurers climbing up and down. So it's not enumerated anywhere.
We adjusted that. All right.
All right, fair enough. All right, any other shopping?
Yeah, I think I'm going to. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try and find. I don't know how if a jeweler. Okay, so you know how like with a stein, there's the lever and it pops open the lid so you can drink.
Okay.
I want to see if I can have my stein set up with a double lid. So the idea would be that one of two options could happen in theory. In theory would be like if you press one lever, just one lid pops up, leaving another one still covering the drink. Or you could hit the other lever and then that just pops both lids up, allowing you to drink from it. And then in the upper lid, I want to actually just have probably like a little small object embedded there. It could be a glass bead or something like that. Not super picky on that.
All right, so you're gonna go ahead and find somebody who works on maybe a jeweler or someone, an artisan, yeah, who works on tools.
Yeah.
Okay, so you find somebody who can do that kind of thing, and as you describe what you want, yes, well, we can potentially do something like that for you, but it will take a couple hours. Can you wait around?
Of course.
All right. Well, we can have that done for you for 10 Mithna.
Very well. And go ahead and mark that off. All right, I go ahead and pay him the 10 Mithna.
All right, come back in 2 hours.
Very well. And I'm also going to go back and buy another 50 gold worth of the ruby dust.
Okay. You already found the place, so finding it again is easy enough.
Yeah. All right. So once I've got that, what I want to do then, well, actually I can't do it today. I have to wait till the next day for this. But basically, I'm going to try and build myself 2 light sources. So one of the light sources I'm going to have inside the upper lid of the stein. So I can use it to drink normally. But if I just flip up the outer lid only, that reveals the light. But alternately, I can flip up both lids at the same time so I can drink without blinding myself.
So if you lift one lid, you can see the light, but if you lift both lids, you can't?
Right. But you can drink from the thing when you do that.
All right, and how are you going to make the light source itself?
I'm going to cast Continual Flame on that little bead or whatever that I was having embedded in.
Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I was trying to get that mount it as a separate object so I don't make the whole Stein glow.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Once you explain you need the bead to be separate and kind of attached separately or whatever, they can do that for you.
Yeah. And then for the other casting, so it kind of like, okay, if you look at my character token, there's a, it kind of almost looks like a medallion-y sort of thing there in the chest area.
Okay.
I, bas-
Let me see. Sure.
I basically want to cast Continual Flame on that, and then I'll just have something to cover that up when I don't want the light.
Like cloth or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll have to actually cast the spells tomorrow because I still have to prepare it. But yeah, the light is looking to be increasingly useful. So instead of relying on dark vision all the time.
Fair enough. Make sure to write down on your sheet that you have those lights and how powerful they are.
Mhm.
Are they a lantern, torch, whatever level they are.
Yeah, torch levels, that's at 2020.
Okay, fair enough. I have macros for the different things, so it's like, okay, click the torch macro, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get all that set up. Any other shopping?
I think that is it for me, so I'll just loiter around until I get my Stein back.
All right. I'm assuming you're going to be back in time for the long rest.
Yeah, I'll, of course, I have to wait a couple hours anyway. I'll take my short rest just to make sure my wild shapes are reset, and then fly back the same way, which should take I think it was 3 hours.
Yeah, so that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so Cyclonan's busy for most of the day. Judge is busy for most of the day. So Darcy and Gizzard, everybody else seems to be busy. So what are you two doing, if anything, during the day?
Feeding my snake.
Okay, what are you feeding him?
That's a good question. Darcy, come find a goat with me or something. I need to feed my snake.
Can't you do things like that?
I can't hear you.
Can't you do things on your own?
I suppose. Alright, I leave Darcy alone. I go to search for some form of farm animal for my snake.
Farm animal or wild animal?
Farm animal.
You could just buy one from the market.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
My plan is to buy one.
All right.
Just gonna go buy a live chicken from the market.
Yeah, something like that.
No, but
Or like a
Darcy
goat.
will go
He's kind of
out.
big.
But she'll purposefully avoid Snake Boy because she doesn't want to be a part of that whole I want to feed my oversized garden lizard adventure.
All right, you go to the Agora then. There's a person selling goat meat. It's 1 half mithna per pound.
Well, I want the whole goat.
Yeah, live feeding.
All right, you can get a whole goat for 10 mithna.
Okay. Deal. I buy one goat.
All right, he gives you the goat, and he kind of looks at you and is like, "Do you live around here?"
No.
The goat's too small to be riding.
I'm not riding him.
All right then.
That goat's for eating.
He waves you off.
Alright, I leave and I take him. I don't know. Where do I do this?
Probably not in the public eye.
Yeah, probably right outside of the town or something.
Yeah.
Kind of just walk to like a quiet corner, I suppose.
Go off into the jungle.
A little bit. Very close to town, but like, And then I let the snake eat the goat.
Okay. The snake hungrily consumes the goat. Clearly, the snake was definitely starting to get hungry, but seems satisfied when it's done.
Okay, I pet my snake. I put him back in his cage. I suppose he has a cage. I'm not sure how I'm carrying the snake around.
You have the
I haven't
handle
really
cage.
Huh?
You have the hand wave cage.
Okay, that's right. And yeah, put him back in his cage. I take him back. I'm just carrying this snake, by the way. Like,
Way I imagine it is you are a demigod, so clearly you have something. Your original form has something to do with snakes and lizards. Apparently, you're a lizard, probably surrounded by snakes or something. So as such, you're basically able to take your snake in the cage and kind of shrink it down, put it in your pocket, do your thing, and then bring it back out, and there's your
To your
snake.
inventory.
understood.
So when you're walking around town, nobody knows you have a giant snake.
Okay, that's fair. Well, back to my hotel room to take a sweet, sweet nap. With my snake.
All right.
I'm gonna let him roam the hotel room a little bit. kind of just
Yeah,
watch
you're
him
with
walk out.
conglomerate, so conglomerate probably not mind too much.
Yeah, he's fine with it, I'm sure.
We'll ask him next time. If he was
Yeah, the snake is not an insectivore anyways, so it's fine.
Cool. All right. Unless there's anything else that anybody needed to do, then I will advance time until the next day. Is that all right? Okay. Or does anybody have anything they want to do beforehand?
Darcy's just gonna go and play music out in the square, in the fountain-y area.
All right. And you guys paid for food, so I'm assuming sometime during the day you guys eat.
Yep.
Is there anything conglomerate that you and Darcy, since you're the only two in town, talk about during the day or anything?
Well, I do have a lot of excess, I guess, precious stones. I got a lot of random crap that I could do stuff with. Like a lot of random crap. Like I got gold ore, citrine, whatever that is.
Okay.
How much are these things worth?
Okay, let me see what you have.
2
Darcy.
silver rings. I could turn them into jewelry.
Can I have the gold ore?
Huh?
Can I have the gold ore?
No.
So yeah, like the sapphire gold necklace with leaf detail. If you open it up, you can see what the.
Well, the sapphire necklace is mine that I had commissioned.
Okay.
But I
oh,
do
gold
have
ore, there it is.
sapphires.
Yeah,
and
so
gold.
like
I have
if you open up
6
gold ore,
sapphires and
you can
gold
see
ore.
it's worth on average 10 mithna. If you open up the sapphires, they're worth on average 50 each. Citrine on average is 25 each, and so forth. So you can open it up and just look and see what the average value is.
Okay.
nifty.
He's gonna get some jewelry made, because why not?
Whoops.
Cool. All right. So, sure. So you get the jewelry made. Let's see. The jewelry. Let me open up the shop catalog. Jewelry.
Cat, get off the laptop.
Help if I can spell it correctly.
I am not on your laptop.
All right. So since you already have the materials, you can
Yes.
get essentially half off whatever the jewelry is, because you still have labor and other materials involved. So what kind of jewelry are you trying to get? Are you trying to get like exquisite earrings, rings, necklaces, etc.?
How much jewelry can I get out of each gold ore?
Gold ore is just ore, so I mean it's pretty large though.
Yeah,
So you
which
can
is why
get
I'm
like a gold
much is in that?
ring or gold necklace. probably get a couple rings or a couple of necklaces out of it, but it's going to be a lot more work. So it's you would start to pay for the half off those necklaces and stuff. So we'll say you can get 5 rings or necklaces out of each ore, but you still have to pay half the cost.
Okay. I would like one sapphire gold necklace, one sapphire gold ring, and what the heck is, what is it, Chalcedony?
Chalcedony?
What is it? Yeah, Chalcedony. What is that? Just a precious stone? What is that?
Yeah, it's an opaque white gemstone.
And can I get, since I have 2 silver rings, can I just put those gemstones on each ring?
Sure. All right. So the rings are going to be. I'm assuming you want exquisite rings and not mundane. 'Cause you
Yeah.
already have mundane. That's just the rings you already have. So the exquisite rings will be 1 Mithna each because you're getting a discount. And besides the rings, what else did you want for? We're asking for?
She wants a sapphire gold. She wants to use one of the gold ores to make a sapphire gold ring and a sapphire gold necklace.
All right, so the necklace will be 2 Mithna each. So exquisite rings will be one Mithna each. The necklace will be 2 Mithna each, and then you can just decide how many of each you want, based on the materials you have and how much you're willing to pay. So let me write that down. 1 Mithna per ring. 1 or 2 Mithna per necklace, up to 5 rings or 3 necklaces from each gold ore. So yeah, so go ahead and decide based on that how much money you want to spend, mark it off, and then you can just edit your inventory to add the different kinds of rings and necklaces you want. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
And then once you figure that out, just let us know how much you're spending.
Shoot. Well, they can resize the ring. It'll be fine.
You're already spending, half the cost normally to have them work on it. So if working on it requires resizing it, that you can count that as part of it.
Okay. The problem is I need a person to be here for them to know the measurements.
Fair enough. You can always, you can have it resized later.
Exactly. Alright. I have so many jewelry thingies.
So while Darcy's figuring out her jewelry situation, Gizzard, was there anything else you wanted to do, or are you done for the day?
I think I'm done.
And then Judge and Cyclonin are already busy. All right, so Darcy, outside of this jewelry thing, was there anything else you were going to do during the day?
Probably check on Sebastian via sending, because he said he was going to go on a little mission. Make sure my human is still okay.
Okay, yeah. So what you find out is he did indeed go out on a few missions. You hear that he got some minor injuries, scratches and bruises, that kind of thing. But he's really happy with how well he was able to do. Apparently, there were some bandits that they had to deal with, that they weren't expecting, but Sebastian was able to stand his own and made a big impact. Everybody was, at least according to Sebastian, everybody else was in awe with how well he did.
Look at him growing up in the world. It's only me giving him a power boost so he can do so. It's not like he has cheat codes or anything.
Yeah.
Good
All right,
for
Oh,
him.
wait a second. Today's the 11th, isn't it?
Let us check.
Yeah, we have to go help people. We
No,
promise.
today is the 8th.
The 8th. Okay. Right.
We
At
gotta
10.
keep
All right.
track of
So, well, no. Since Darcy had mentioned Sebastian, I wondered if he'd gotten his letter, if he delivered his letter like I'd asked him. But that's not yet.
Oh yeah, the 11th is still a few days away.
Okay.
The
Sorry.
Wyvern armor, yeah, so that's still a few days away.
You know what? While she's got him on the line, she's gonna ask him what his ring size is.
All right, and he'll tell you.
All right, there we go. It's fixed.
Fair enough. All right, in that case, let me go ahead and advance to the next day. We'll assume that Cyclonin gets back. Everybody takes their long rest. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll do a couple hours so everybody else is awake. All right, so everybody go ahead and take your long rest.
Yay!
Woohoo.
Okay, so everybody wakes up the next day. Since you rested in civilization, your exhaustion is gone. I will remove it from Conglomerate now. So you feel rested. So Judge, you were going to spend 2.5 hours with your research, right?
Yes, I was going to ask you that. The 2 hours yesterday, could that have been just prepping and scribbling down everything so I don't have to cast a 7th level spell to finish? I just use the notes I have here to actually do the thing.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check. If you get at least a 25, then that would be a yes. Otherwise, you have to cast it. I will make it a 20. You at least get at least a 20.
Okay. Okay, can I give myself guidance?
Sure. There you go. I could have kept it at 25 and it would have been fine.
Yep, get a natural 20. I definitely prepared. See, that's one thing I'm good at. I'll fail all my other rolls, but I'm good at Arcana.
Fair enough.
Okay, and then as we're on our way out is when I will actually purchase the 1,000 feet of fishing line.
All right.
And a second statuette, this one of a soldier.
Okay, so that's another 10 myth.
Yep. 1 gold myth I handed over. And I already subtracted the money for the fishing line.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, so Judge finishes his spell research, buys another statue and the silken line on the way out. Is there anything else you guys do before you leave?
I'm gonna do my 2 castings of Continual Flame so that I can actually do the lighting that I mentioned.
Alright.
Go ahead and mark off my ruby dust from the inventory here. Or excuse me, ruby powder. Quantity 0. There we go. All right, and then in the room, I spend a couple of minutes kind of trying out both of the lids.
Okay. Yeah, it works like you would expect.
There we go. I now have the perfect lantern.
It does look perfect. On our way out, should we buy some bacon rations and good fresh quality meat to fill that stein?
Oh, yes. That sounds wonderful. Ooh! Ooh. Can I have a kettle?
Sorry, you want a what?
A kettle?
Sure. Let me look it up quick. Shop catalog. I keep
For brewing
posting this
coffee
shit
and
for some reason.
teas on the road.
Yes, please.
Kettle.
I do have some very tasty spiderbush tea, yeah.
Exactly. We need a kettle so we can brew it on the road because we have water skins for the water.
I have an iron pot. I've just been boiling it in the iron pot and doing it the
Disgusting.
old-fashioned
No.
cowboy way, yeah.
Okay, come on.
You put all sorts of things in there. Absolutely not. The kettle is for only people consumption.
Alright, so you find a kettle for 10 Mithna. And what else
Yep.
were you looking for? Oh, rations. That's right.
Yes. Food and brewing supplies, basically.
Yeah, so as far as rations go, it's cost per one person for 1 day. You can do cheap rations, you can do normal rations, or you can do high quality rations.
Only the best for us. I mean, we're gods after all.
Okay, so
No
the
Slim Jims here.
high quality rations are 1 Mithna per person per day.
How long are we usually down there for? Like 3 or 4 days?
Yeah, we could probably be more than plenty.
Yeah, I only expect us to need to be in Erminig for like 4 days, because that's when we have to leave to go do the thing.
Alright, so... It was, how many days is it per ration? Just one?
Yeah, 1 person per 1 day.
Alright, I'm getting fancy Lunchables. I don't know about you guys.
Fancy Lunchables?
Yep. That's what
Oh,
I'm calling them.
Lunchable. Yeah.
Fancy Lunchables.
Them rat ions.
I'll take 5 of them.
Okay.
I'll have fancy food. A little extra in case we have to entice anybody or win anyone over.
Alright, so that'd be 5 Mithna then.
Yep. Alright.
I will do the same. We can get some fancy foods.
Alright.
Yeah, I will. Why not?
Alright, so yeah, for whoever's buying rations, yeah, one Mithna per day for the high quality.
We just need to edit rations for high quality.
Yeah. Yeah, normally it'd be half Mithna per day for normal rations, and if you wanted to go real El Cheapo, barely survive, then you can do it for less.
Yeah, cheese and crackers, and they're already stale.
A little bit of mold won't kill you.
Nah, we deserve better. Only the highest quality of Lunchable. The little mini pizza kind.
Alright, so you guys spend some time shopping for rations and various other things. Anything else?
Oh yeah, how long does it take for the jewelry to be made?
Let's see. So you had it made here. They're probably going to be 3 days. So actually, let me add that to the heck. Why did it do that? Let me go ahead and add it to the calendar here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you did that yesterday. So 1, 2, 3. So okay.
Are we all together in the marketplace?
I assume so.
Cyclone and Judge, I have question.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, I don't know which one of you can do this better, but I am wanting to put spell on ring for Sebastian.
Well, it would depend on the spell, and as you know, it would cost a bit of power. Depends. Do you want the spell just for one time, or are you wanting the spell to be more permanent?
Let us do one time for now. I'm hoping it won't destroy ring, just fizzle out magic, yes?
Well, I do have a couple of stones that can be doing this. You wish me to give one to Sebastian after it is set in this ring, and then cast the spell in it, and it can be recharged.
The spell recharges, or you just put no spell in stone?
You need to recharge it. You need to cast spell into stone a second time to cast it a second time. It works only once. It's like a scroll, only it's a crystal that anybody can use. The other one is to actually empower the ring with a spell, and that would cause some loss to whoever casts it.
And you say this ring is for Sebastian?
Yes.
Don't worry though. I mean, I gave Sebastian the letter. He shall be properly hooked up. What spell is it that you're wishing to put in there for him?
Something of healing.
Well, that I cannot be doing. I'm sorry.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and wander off.
The only healing spell I have is one that heals others.
Okay.
And it hurts me.
All right, Darcy, you see Sebastian walking up.
What was that?
Do you see Sebastian walking up?
Oh, he's actually here. Look at that.
Well,
Perhaps
not
I
exactly
can
just a reasonable facsimile, but we can see if the ring fits.
I mean, he gave her
Perhaps,
the ring, my friend, so.
perhaps if not empowering a ring, the next time we are in town, maybe I can spend a few hours to possibly make a potion that he can drink. But that might be easier than empowering an object to cast a healing. I don't know.
It is not just to heal himself.
Yeah, so you could use one of Judge's crystals to do the one-time casting, like you said. As far as potions go, the plants in this world don't have the necessary magic powers. So, as far as you know, you
Okay,
can't
and
make
I should know
potions.
that already, so never mind.
Yeah.
All right, I
She
should know
wants
that
to
already, so never mind that then.
she wants to basically put a mass cure wounds as a one-time use, as an emergency, save myself and my peoples or others kind of thing for him, since he's going out on missions.
Yeah, you would need Judge would need a crystal that can hold a high enough power level spell.
Yeah, my crystals can only hold 3rd level.
Yeah.
Is there a way to just put it in an object?
No, because like the plants and stuff, the materials in this world aren't really, you can't really imbue them with magic permanently without making it an artifact.
Okay. So could I then use a level 1 spell, but just have it leveled up to level 3? Like a level 3 version of Cure Wounds?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that.
But you gotta get Judge to give up one of his crystals.
Ah.
And that's between
Yeah,
you.
that's what I was saying. Yeah.
So do you ask Judge, or you guys gonna talk about it?
I am thinking Cure Wounds for him. I will not always be around, neither are you. And he is off adventuring.
Okay, well, what do you have to offer for these crystals? They're very important tools. I've used them quite often.
She gestures at like the gold, the quote unquote Mithna gold pieces, whatever, and some of her jewels that she has herself. Like she does still have technically 1 gold ore, a couple of sapphires, and a bunch of other jewels of value.
Okay. How's about this? I do have something else I will be needing for a spell that I intend to cast in the future. It will give you time to obtain it, but it will be upon you to obtain it for me. Sound good?
You have not told me what it is.
A jade circlet to fit upon my head.
Jade?
Yes.
And what do you need a jade circlet for?
To become my true self. As
She just
the
raises a
caterpillar,
brow at that.
as the caterpillar, as the caterpillar, as the worm exits its cocoon to becomes a butterfly.
You need jewelry for this?
It is
Yes.
a material component for a spell that allows one to change into an assortment of powerful forms. Imagine my wild shape ability, but virtually limitless.
Okay.
One could even turn into something such as a dragon.
Ah, of course you would. We'll see about the jade. What quality are you needing? I assume very high.
1,500 Mithna jade circlet. Perhaps if you could personalize it would be nice.
1,000 what of jade Mithna?
1,500 Mithna of. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna rattle off the same number.
Okay. Yeah, it requires a jade circlet worth 1,500 gold pieces to place upon my head.
Normal
It's a
Mithna
spell
or gold
component.
Mithna?
Normal
Mithna.
It'd be 100. It'd be 150 gold now.
Oh. Oh.
And you'll probably have to have it made, so you'll have to go off and find some artisan to do that.
I mean, we have this. We've been getting all our jewelry made here, so I'm sure it's just the thing of either providing the money so they could make you buy the jade and then make it, or finding jade and then paying half that cost for just artistry handling.
That will be entirely up to you. I mean, these crystals are basically of spell storing. They are rather good, so I feel this is a equitable trade for you to provide me with another spell component, and I will provide you with these. I already have one away from myself with Barius, in case the
So,
zombie-ish Zergs parasites come back. So I'm already down one. This will be 2.
I do have it under good authority that it is possible to purchase such a circlet at Catanese.
One moment. Alright. She's gonna go off to the jewelry area, the jewelers area.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to find something of that high quality here at the Watchtower. We might need to go to a big city, but that is something you can arrange when we, whenever we get. I don't know. It's up to you.
I'm just loading off crap that I've been holding on since the beginning of time here. Like I just have, for one, it says like 500 worth of jewelry. So I'm guessing it's like 500 Mithna or half Mithna or whatever. I don't know how long ago that was, but I had been sitting on it forever.
Yeah, so let's see. Darcy.
Got 27 silver
500.
ancient coins. I got a bunch of crap.
Yeah,
A
so that'd
silver
probably be
tarnished
500
necklace.
Mithna worth of jewelry, yeah. So
Yeah,
if you
she's
want to
just gonna be like,
spend maybe an hour going around selling jewelry, you can do so. Is that what you're gonna do?
she will, because one, I have so much crap, I need to get rid of it.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a charisma or persuasion check to see how.
Inspiration to myself.
Sure.
Hold on. Ba-da-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum. Ba-bum. Where is it? That's a D12. Bam. Look at that. Plus 10 to my persuasion.
And what'd you get for persuasion?
Rolling.
Oh, okay, you're still rolling. Okay.
30. 34 plus 10.
So
Yeah,
44.
yep, 34. Just
All
34.
right, so they give you let's see, 20 Mithna for. You want to get rid of the tarnished silver necklace?
I want to get rid of. Okay, hold on. Let me go to the inventory again. Jesus,
Because I'm
I'm a
actually looking
hoarder
at your
here.
inventory now, so I just want to make sure I'm doing the right things.
Yeah.
So the silver
Alright.
necklace, tarnished.
Yeah, the tarnished silver necklace. Get rid of that.
500 worth of jewelry.
Yep.
The ancient silver coins.
Yep.
So that would be 70. Anything else in there you want to get rid of?
Yeah. What the heck? Okay. Does anyone remember what the chewed silver work was good for?
That was actually good to use in other things. I mean, it's chewed, so it in of itself isn't worth anything, but you can take that silver as a raw material and have it worked into all sorts of stuff.
Okay. I was just like, why is this here and why is it so specific?
It was chewed because we got it out of the stomach of some creature that had been eating it.
Right.
So are you going to get rid of that too, or are you going to keep it?
Well, we could turn it into something else, so we're gonna keep it.
What about the snake coins?
Yeah, get rid of those.
Okay.
What does that get me?
So, and you roll
As I'm
really
deleting
well,
this stuff.
so we'll go ahead and do that. So that will give you 1,038 Mithna.
Yay! Moving up in the world, just the rich get richer.
So yeah, you go ahead
You
and
should have.
delete the snake coins, and those. Oh, looks like you deleted the other ones already. All right, yeah. So just go ahead and delete your 2 snake coins, and I think you're good.
All right, what
You
was the
should
amount
have a
again?
good chunk of. You should have a good chunk of Mithna and gold Mithna also to put into this.
Shush. I'm creating a board. What was it? 1,000 what?
1,038.
Awesome. Great. We love to see it. I'll add it to my dragon horde.
Fair enough. So we're gonna go ahead and mark off another hour. So it's
Yes.
11 o'clock in the morning. It'll be an hour for noon. So what are you guys gonna do next?
As I apparently am playing as Fancy Lady Jeweler. And I will be using the name Darcinia when I do it. Because
Fair
why
enough.
not?
How urgently are you trying to complete this project?
Not very. I thought it would be nice to give her plenty of time to do it, just to give her the assignment and then we can go off.
You
Is
did
there a
this to yourself.
question to Darcy?
Oh.
This ring for Sebastian, how urgent is this project?
Considering I have invested a lot of time into this person, I am considering it to be a precaution. He is becoming more active now. I don't want human hubris to be his downfall. After all, I can't bring him back if he is miles away and in thousands of pieces, or in stomach of beast.
More to the point, are you looking, if possible, to have this ring completed today?
I'll go ahead and add that the jewelry she's having made, that will be finished on the 11th.
Yay! Alright. I'm also tallying up what I want all made for various reasons and so on and so forth, so I'll get you that information as soon as I'm done.
So are you
I have a lot of
commissioning
crap.
So are you commissioning a ring for Sebastian?
Yeah, so if you want to get the judge's gem added, you can, but you'd have to go and, before you leave, go and say, oh, you want his gem added.
Oh, Judge's Jade Crown.
No, the
No.
gem, the spell gem, if you wanted to have
Yeah.
that. 'Cause that's not on there yet, 'cause you didn't ask for it. You'd have to go and get that added.
Yeah, you'd have to get my gem of spell storing built into the ring you want to give Sebastian. Then you can load it every time he needs to cast it. He can cast it a 3rd level, then you have to cast a 3rd level spell into it the next time you see him. But it doesn't permanently cost you anything to make an artifact, and it is a one-shot thing. But since these gems of spell storing are very rare, we're not going to come across anymore, I don't think. And Judge does use them; they're his tools, so yeah, making you pay for it.
Yep.
So are you going to go and ask them to add that, or are you going to deal with it later?
Well, he's not going to give me the gemstone until I get him the jade anyway, so.
No, I'll give it up first. You have to
Well,
guarantee me you're going to get me my
This
thing.
is why I'm asking how urgent this is, because I can arrange for a jade circlet to be available.
Oh, yeah, I'm not worried about
If
it
you need
anytime
it-
soon. You can discuss
If
that
you
with
need
her.
to purchase one soon.
It
No,
can
no,
wait.
I can give her
He is
the-
not here.
I can give you the gem now if it is required now, but you will just owe me. But we're not going to be seeing Sebastian for a while, so we can
Yeah,
come back and
that's
do that. We
nice,
still have
like- She doesn't have to do it right now. It's just while we're in the area, I did just kind of want to get rid of stuff.
Okay, fair enough then.
Alright.
So is there anything else you're going to do before you leave?
Nope.
Nope. I think we're ready to get back to Armenique.
Conglomerate? I mean, not
Yes.
conglomerate, sorry.
Yeah, I'm ready to go as well.
Okay. So, Cyclonin, what are you going to do?
I'm debating whether to put this jade circlet on just as a tease.
You already have it? You didn't have to have it made?
Well, Well, as a player, not a character, yes.
Okay.
I was expecting to have to commission it and it'd take a whole bunch of time. I was really surprised to get one off the shelf. That was why I said I could speak on good authority that, that they're available in Catanese.
Funny. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
And
you
I
can let her
was,
know. I mean, she has the money to buy it outright.
well, yeah, that was the thing I was sort of getting at, but it didn't seem like anybody was especially in a big hurry on it. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it would take a couple
Hurry right
hours to
now.
go get it and come back. So anyway, so are you guys gonna go do that? Or are you gonna what are you guys gonna do?
I think we should be heading back to Ermanig now. I cannot be casting this spell yet anyway.
although
will.
I guess just for reference, is the gem actually being given to the vendor to incorporate in the ring?
That would be up to you, Darcy.
If Judge will give it, yeah.
Yeah, I'll hand it over.
Alright,
Can I erase it first?
Erase it.
It's got a spell in it right now, and I do not want somebody having access to that spell, so can I just erase
yeah,
it
you can empty it.
without casting it? Alright. I empty it.
Alright, so the
I don't need a vendor accidentally casting a 3rd level fireball.
Yeah, fair enough.
my whole shop exploded. I wonder why.
That would be kind of funny. You should have kept it.
Anyway, Darcy, if you do take it to the vendor, they'll charge you an extra 10 mithna to add it after the fact, since they've already started. But if you're willing to pay the 10 mithna, they'll add it for you.
She's a rich lady. She does not care.
Okay, so mark out 10 mithna. Your magic gem will be added to one of the rings.
Yay.
All right, and I will probably opt not to put on the Jade Circuit.
Fair enough.
What does the gem look like? Is it just like some kind of crystal looking thing?
Yeah, it basically looks
It's
like...
really.
Go ahead.
It's a really pretty pale. It's a really pretty pale blue.
Perfect. It'll go great with the sapphire.
Alright, now that that's taken care of, what are you guys going to do next?
Go to the underworld, I guess.
I do believe this does conclude our business here then.
All right.
There we go.
All right, so I'll go ahead and change into Quetzalcoatlus.
Alright.
I will go ahead and tie the harness.
Sorry, Judge, I can't hear you.
I will go ahead and tie the harness.
Alright.
All right, so starting from a little area outside the city.
Yep,
once we
and you're not
transform.
exhausted, so you don't have to make a roll. So how long does it take you to get there?
45 minutes.
Alright, close enough. Alright, well, actually add another 10 because you have to get through the whole thing anyway. Alrighty, so... You make your way back to the boat. This time around, that whatever that cold weather was seems to be gone. So as you cross over, everything is back to quote-unquote normal. Is there anything that you do before you leave?
And we have our item to get to this location. Perhaps we should trade the other boat for.
I can't hear you very well. Hold on. I have to turn the music down.
Yes, we should go trade the other for or maybe he will take a statue.
All right. So what were you saying?
All right. Well,
Cyclone?
yeah, given this map. Okay. Well, I suppose we can try and make our way to trade the boat. Actually, perhaps we should. Actually, before we leave, we should buy. Well, actually, we can keep the orders from the other boat, I suppose. If that is an option. Actually, I don't know. All right. Well, looking at the map, it looks like if we follow the cave wall until it goes east, we can keep going straight, and it should be a very short distance to the island. So, that being the case, guess with Conglomerate and I rowing. Ooh, actually, let me double check something. Spells. I'll save that for now.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
So we're gonna sail west, whatever. We're gonna follow the cave wall to the left.
Okay. Fair enough.
Anything?
Since you're
Isn't
following
the island
the cave,
literally?
oh, go ahead, Judge.
Isn't the island we're looking for literally straight north from where we are right now? That little tiny island with the guy on it to sell the mask.
Well, the island we're looking for is very close to the one we first landed at, which I believe is that Anka Island there, which, if you notice, is almost
Yeah,
in a
it's
straight
the-
line from the cave wall.
Ah,
So if
okay.
we follow the cave wall, it'll take us most of the way there without having to worry about navigation reference frames.
Okay.
If we have trouble getting to it, then we can do some other stuff. But I like the idea of taking advantage of the cave wall for navigation guidance.
Okay, so you're rowing along the cave wall. Are you taking both boats with you, or are you leaving one behind?
Taking both, because it wouldn't do to trade one if we don't have the other with us.
Okay, fair enough. All right, in that case, we get the four strength rolls like before. So Cyclonin and Conglomerate, and let's see, what was it? Judge and sorry, yeah, Judge and Gizzard. So Cyclonin, Judge, and Gizzard. Go ahead.
Well, that's a good one.
All right, so 25, 35. Yep, more than good enough. So you actually move fairly quickly. So one, two. So as you're as you're kind of following along the wall, you get to the point where the wall's fairly straight for a while, and then you notice that you wind up curving around again, and and then it starts, as it curves, it starts to get straight again. So you feel like you've gone around, roughly 90 degrees. However, before you have a chance to do anything else, you notice that as you're kind of rowing along, things are going well. The wall is kind of is basically off to your your left side. You notice that suddenly you see these giant, large shadows beneath you, and you notice the boat kind of raises up into the air and kind of comes back down as if there's these waves, and the boat kind of rocks back and forth. So, how are you guys sitting in the boats at this point? I mean, like, I know Cyclonin, you tied yourself to the boat, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
In two
How's
places.
everybody else sitting?
Since you tied on, did anybody else wanted to just have like a rope tied to the side so that they have a little seatbelt when we
Basically,
left? Or
we
did anybody
install our
do
own
anything?
seatbelt.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So
In
you're
that
all
case,
tied in.
Yeah,
All right. So as the boat rocks back and forth, it starts to settle, but then you notice this massive shadow coming from beneath you, and then you see this gigantic eel arise or rise up into the air, and it looks like it's swimming in place. You can see, kind of rocking back and forth, but of course, as far as you can see, it's flying in the air doing this kind of thing, and it's moving up and down. And it stares. It seems to stare at the group, at the boats. What do you do?
Can't talk to it.
Sorry, Darcy. What did you say?
Talk to it.
All right. How do you do so, and what do you say?
Speak with animal. If that spell works here, if not, then never mind.
No, speak with animals works. All right, go ahead and use the spell then.
Okay. Dum-dum-dum. Maybe it knows things. Maybe it's friendly.
Cool. So you speak, and it raises its head out above the boats. Its eel body kind of coiling down beneath where the water surface of the water would be. What do you say to it?
And it just seems to just be floating / swimming in the air.
Yeah. But every time it moves, you notice the boats rock back and forth.
And we know where we need to go, right?
More or less, just slightly more north to get to the closest to the islands.
Great eel. Do you mind if we seek passage through here? We do not mean to any harm, nor do we mean to trespass on any territory. We just are passing through.
As you speak, you just hear this high-pitched laughter. Why do you speak to me so? And as the voice comes booming out, you recognize it as Common. He says, I am no mere beast, and yet you treat me like one.
There's no way for us to know you could speak such a way. You are not a very common creature.
It moves
As she
its
is switching
giant
over
head.
to Common.
It moves it close to you, Darcy. Its giant teeth that are larger than you are, sitting right in front of you, and then it turns its head, its teeth crossing past Judge, so that it could see you with its eye. And this giant eye, bigger than your head, sits right in front of you as it stares at you, and then it pulls its head back. You do not belong here. What brings you to this place?
Everyone can understand this thing, right?
Yeah, it's speaking common, so everybody can hear it.
Player had a goldfish moment. Why are we here again?
we need to get to the small island. Yeah, we need to get to the small island so that we can trade and try and get a second mask to breathe under the memory of the ocean water.
Well, I think of more of a overall reason.
We need to get to Siphon for stopping
You
the
wish
other
to
Pantheon.
join the war.
We wish to seek out a pantheon that seeks to bring destruction among others. a pantheon that has no regard for either side and would certainly happily see both sides lose and everyone else who happens to get caught in the middle.
What is the name of this pantheon?
We have the names of the individuals, but as a group, we do not know what they are called.
What are their names?
There's no way I'm going to pronounce them right, but I can say the names that were given to us by the other Decra.
All right, so you repeat.
I don't know if you want to make
Yeah,
it.
you repeat
yeah,
some of the
right.
names, and then he gets his eye really close to you, Judge, since you're speaking, and then you hear the booming voice. Jiro Gumo is my friend.
Oh,
She helped me with my problem. You wish to do what to them?
Well, we wish to stop them from wreaking oblivion on others. Can you be sure that that they bargained in good faith?
Yes. They told me that others would come, and they would bring lies. They would say things like you. Why? What makes me believe you over them? They predicted your appearance.
Well, we have been able to prove we are aware of other pantheons. Not all of them we say is a lie, but did you have any reason to trust them before they did a favor for you?
No,
Perhaps.
I question them as I question you now.
Well, as my companion Darcinia states, we wish no ill will to you, and perhaps if you have, just as they were able to help you, perhaps we can help you as well.
He seems to be thinking for a moment. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Can he get a D4 on that? Can I get it to him? Or no?
Sure.
Okay.
be
Give you a little
inspired,
help
my good friend.
All right. So inspiration as well.
So that's
Yep.
a D8 for that.
No, that's a D10.
All right. Let's see if I got this right then.
D10 and D4.
He stops and he listens. I do not know why, but I feel like you mean no harm. Perhaps it was others that they spoke of. But I will watch you. I will follow you. And if you are a liar, if you do attempt to harm the Carrig or the Dradkin and interfere with their war, then I will come and eat you. And then he dives beneath the waves. You see nothing but air, but the boats rock violently as it dives underneath, the shadow disappearing from your light and eventually disappearing. So what do you do?
Didn't even give us his name. Well done.
Oh, hold on. I'll be right back.
Well, that was
Dog.
yeah.
Giant talking eel. Not on bingo list for a venture to Underworld.
No.
And of course,
Giant
it
is
is
an
my,
understatement.
and of course, it is my luck that that was the first creature to be on good terms with any of that pantheon.
Yeah.
So
I
far, we
wonder
are
what
still
favor
in a
they did
neutral.
for it.
Hmm?
I wonder what favor they did for it.
But it is interesting that it does not want any interference in that war, which, I mean, currently I do not
Perhaps
want to
it
get
is an
involved with that either.
enemy of both sides.
Enemy or ally?
Enemy of both sides or ally. Could be either.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a
Although,
giant eel in a non-existent river lake.
although in
I
that
don't know
case,
how much they can be helpful.
in that case, so you would think it would want us to undermine both sides so that they both effectively lose. But I'm perfectly willing to stay on these sidelines.
I don't want any part of any war. The squabbles are not our concern.
And
All right. So the eel has gone. If you've traveled, oops, oh, I did already marked it. You traveled for an hour. Actually, I did not mark it. So where are you going to go from here? The wall is still on your left. You've kind of curved around, roughly 90 degrees. So what do you do from there?
well, I'm going to backtrack back around the corner so that we go right 90 degrees, go just a little bit further, then we'll turn around, follow the wall straight, and as it pulls away to the left, we will continue to go north.
Okay. Let me switch to the map. So since you are leaving the wall and heading north for a bit, I will need you to make a survival check for navigation to see if you can keep the boat straight.
Actually, Darcy, I've got the question for you. How many torches do you have?
Not exactly a store. Do 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 do. Oh, it was just that one. It's barely gone.
An idea that occurred to me to attach one to the wall so that we have a visible point to follow, but
If we only need a visible point to follow for a while, I can do that. Let me check. Let me check first. Let me check.
Don't you guys have a little flashlight thing we can just put to the front of the boat so we can have a light that goes forward?
that's not. No,
No,
I mean a stationary, like a lighthouse. Ooh, like the light cantrip
Oh.
would be perfect for this.
I'm looking because I got my my pocket watch light. I traded out the light cantrip for the mending cantrip. But Tori, I do have. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I know I got it. I know I got it. I never got rid of it. I have an actual lamp. And I have a piton. So if we bring the boat up. So maneuver the boat to the wall. Where do you want this?
Okay, so backtrack a little ways. So I don't want to be right at the edge for this. It actually is better if it's set back a bit.
Okay, so yeah, you backtrack a bit and you're moving toward the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, so you and Conglomerate kind of row the boat up to the wall. What do you do from there?
Judge will get up and carefully take out a piton, hammer the piton into the wall as high as he can reach, and then hang the lantern on it like a hook, and then use prestidigitation to light the lantern. It should burn for what, 6 hours or so, 8 hours, something like that.
All right, let me put a little marker on my version of the map so I know it's there. Do 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 do.
A torch would only last for 10 minutes, though. So this is better.
Weird. Here, we'll just do this. Oh, I know. I can just draw something. Come on. Would you cooperate, please? Really? Yeah, sorry. It's being stubborn as far as placing things. Oh, I know. Maybe some freehand. Here we are. Okay, that'll do. Okay, so you move the boat up to the wall, and you're attaching a lamp with a pitton.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you kind of hammer it in, and the lamp is now hanging there.
And then I use prestidigitation to light the lamp. And ready to go.
Okay. Fair enough. It will go out eventually, but it looks like 6 hours, assuming it's full.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the idea, part of the reason why I wanted to set it back from before the corner is that if we can see it, we're either north of it or somewhere to the east of it. If we go west enough that the light is no longer visible, then we know that we're a little bit east of north. So the idea being is, as we go to be north, I'll keep kind of biasing to the left, and if we can't see the light anymore, then we'll bias back the other way in order to make sure we pick it up again, and that'll allow us to kind of go in a straight line.
Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. So what I will do then is I'll put that over here. Great. I'll still have you roll, but I will lower the DC for this particular instance. Obviously, it won't affect when the light's not visible. All right, so go ahead and give me a survival check.
With a D4.
All right, so I'm rolling.
All right, yeah, with the 28, especially with the light, you don't have any issue going north. So the only other thing for you guys to do then is to make your strength check, and at least if you get at least half movement, then you'll get to where you want to go.
Whoops, I screwed that up. I think I rolled a raw strength check. Yeah, so athletics. 2, 7.
No, it is
that's
strength
what it
check
is.
because we're adding the strengths together. So it is a strength check.
Well, no, but I thought we were rolling. We could roll athletics on it, but I'm not proficient, so it would have been the same bonus.
Okay, yeah, I was pretty sure with the group strength checks, it is just a raw check. Anyway,
Oh,
so
okay.
but you
Well,
get your bonus, but yeah, you don't get.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, so we have a 7, a 20. Okay, well, that's already enough for because we still have conglomerate who didn't roll. So I'm pretty sure it's conglomerate. At least if you get at least 4, then you can make it.
Oh,
I
I
mean, not
do.
conglomerate. I mean gizzard. Sorry.
sorry about that.
If you
I
get at
am
least
rolling.
4 on your strength check, then you're good.
Sounds good.
You got a 4.
Ooh, okay.
Excellent.
That's fun.
Product.
Alrighty.
Well, that's a higher roll than I got. I mean, my bonus helped, but
Yeah.
Yeah, here I was thinking it was it was almost a sure thing. I probably shouldn't have thought that.
No.
Alrighty. So yeah, I'm loading on the map now. You made it to the islands. You're in the spot where you were when you left. I think that's actually where you wanted to go. Anyway, 'cause you wanted to go where that guy selling stuff is, right?
Yep.
All right. So you arrive. What do you do?
Judge, would you like your lantern back?
Sure. That would be nice.
How about this? I will take a conglomerate with me with one of the boats. The rest of you stay with the other. I just need, you to maintain some light sources. Just you could use your locket or whatever, and then I can even leave you with my Stein for more lights. The idea is I navigate back to the lantern, grab it, and then navigate back to this light.
Sounds good to me. All right. And yeah, we can use your Stein and my locket to light the way. We'll pull one boat up here and tie it to this rock. That way to make sure it's not going anywhere.
Okay. All right. So who is going with Judge and who's going with Cyclonin? I'm assuming Conglomerate's going to go with Cyclonin to help row. Darcy and Gizzard, where are you going?
I'll go with Judge.
Okay. And Darcy?
You're muted if you're talking. We can't hear you. Yep,
Well,
she's muted.
I'll go ahead and escort or have Darcy get off the boat. With that logic, it's probably best to maintain a minimum crew, so just Conglomerate and I.
All right. So we'll start with Cyclonin and Conglomerate. Just to make strength checks to see how long it takes the trip to go, and then because you're going between lights, you've already done this, so I'm not going to bother with the navigation check. All right. Okay, so 35. So you're actually able to make the round trip in an hour. All right, so they're gone for an hour. So Judge, I guess you're Darcy. What are you doing during that hour?
Well, if one person stays here and maintains the lights, I suppose I can go see about the possible negotiation for that mask.
Yeah, Darcy's not talking at the moment, so I'm just going to assume that she's going to do that for now. So,
All right.
Gizzard, are you going to stay with Darcy or go with Judge?
I'll stay with Darcy. I trust Judge can do this
Okay.
on his own this time.
Fair enough. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, Judge. Let's get you into that cave. There you go.
All right. Come walking in. The first thing I do is take a peek down this way to see if there's any more bugs that could possibly have come back.
You don't see anything.
Then we'll come over here.
You notice a
Go
carrot
this way
kind
as
of
well.
walking up from the back, attracted by you walking around or something like that, and he looks at you and he says, "You look familiar."
Yes, I was here yesterday, I believe. We helped you with some of your isopods.
Oh yes, it has been quiet today.
I was just coming to see if there were any more, just to check. How are you faring here?
We are good.
Excellent. I believe I will.
You came back to hunt isopods?
Well, that was just one of the things. I came back mainly to talk to the strange one, but I figured I would check to make sure that everything was good first.
We are good. Enjoy
Excellent.
your conversation with the strange one. Oh,
Thank you.
if you
Yes.
are who I think you are, the strange one told me that you are quite strange. So, welcome, strange one.
Thank you. He thinks I am strange. throw a handful of rice on the ground. He'll have to stop and count all of them before he could continue speaking to you. But no, I'm the stranger. Oh yeah, I see how it goes.
You walk into the
Grumbling.
cave, you can see shimmering lights off this way, and down this way you can see the strange one kind of sitting on the ground, seems to be deep in thought. As you come closer,
Greetings.
he looks up and he says, no more pebbles for now.
No, of course not. Something unique. Something that there cannot be 1,000 of. Does that interest you?
Perhaps. What is it?
Um, Let me get a better look at this guy. Okay. I'll reach into my pack and very carefully pull out a beautiful hand-carved, one-of-a-kind dancer statue and set it down. There are no others like it. It is hand-carved, unique, and individual.
He looks at it. He lifts it and looks at, examines it, and puts it back down. It is very interesting. I like it very much. You bring 999 more, and we have a deal.
How can I do this? It is one of a kind. There are no two of them, let alone
They
900.
don't have to be exactly the same, but they have to be statues of similar quality.
Ah. Well, you cannot say I did not try. 9,999. How's about one thing? And I put this back in my pouch. And actually, can I make, like, I don't know if it'd be Arcana, Investigation, Perception? What's with this guy about magic? I mean, is he actually using magic to make his weird masks, or is he doing it through some sort of natural talent? Or is it something that is beyond that?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an Arcana check, and we'll see what you can figure out.
All right. Please. Ah,
So it's definitely some sort of power involved, but you can see that there, if you look carefully, there's this almost dark mist about him that he seems to be able to control. And so it's kind of like magic, but it's definitely very different from the magic you use.
if there is a spell I can cast for you, would that be a good service?
He looks up. Mm, perhaps if you. Yes. You spend. If you can show me, you can spend. You can show me 1,000 different spells, one per day.
Would mean I would have to come back here and stay here for 1,000 days.
Yes.
I do not believe that would be congruent with my current travel plans.
He shrugs. If you bring me Cephas, one Cephas
Cephas.
for one mask. A Cephas
Cephas. What is
is enough of the Cephas gemstone to make the mask. You can find it in the Cephas mines.
one Cephas gem? Could you tell me where the Cephas mine is?
Perhaps. He thinks for a moment, figuring out how to describe its location.
I pull out my little map and say, "Does this perhaps help you?"
He looks at your map and he points to one of the locations, the midden, where it says midden, and then he kind of runs his finger along that northern wall to along the northern wall to the east a bit, near the top where the wall ends, and he puts his finger there.
Okay. Thank you very much for this. I shall go tell my compatriots, and we shall see what we can do. You have a good
Nods.
day.
All
All
right, so go ahead
right.
and stop for a
I'm
second,
definitely
so
sure.
I can change your height value here. Okay, now you can continue moving.
All right. I'm going to come back down. Well, I tried with what I can try. We will discuss with Cyclonen when we get back about the boat. I mean, as Cyclonen has just now proven, having two boats would be very helpful for navigation and moving back and forth. But there is nothing we can get him immediately that would suffice except for a crystal from a mine very far away from our objective.
He did tell you before that he would take a boat as well. I think he told you
Yes.
that. Okay.
Yes, and that was the last thing. I'm waiting for Cyclonen to get back because
Okay.
we'll discuss that.
So you guys do anything else during the hour that Cyclonen and Conglomerate are gone?
I assume I spent 15, 20 minutes talking
Yeah.
to him and coming back. So,
Yeah, it's probably about
yeah,
half an
no,
hour for you.
I'll go ahead and study up some on my Bellathrace.
Okay, so you're looking at that as Cyclonen and Conglomerate return. You can see them kind of emerging from the darkness. All right, so Cyclonen, you see everybody kind of grouped on the shoreline, and you have arrived. So what do you do?
All right, so Conglomerate, and I got the lantern with no incident.
Yeah.
All right.
In fact, I should mark that off. Yep. Oop, wrong one. All right, so you've arrived. So what do you guys do?
Well,
Here is your lamp.
Thank
Normally,
you.
I would be unwilling to go on a risky journey for such an item, but given our
Just-
limited navigation options, this lamp may be much more important than usual.
yes. Speaking of, you have actually just recently with these actions proven how useful having two boats can be to be able to go back and forth for navigation. There is nothing that this creature wants except for thousands of crap or a single crystal from a mine very far away from our objective. Do we really think it is a good idea to give up the boat for a mask? Or will the boat be more helpful in navigation and getting us where we need to go, and we will simply have to be more careful? I leave this decision to everybody. I will not make it myself for us.
I think trading one of the boats for a mask is a more useful situation.
But only useful for one. Whereas you have just proven having the two boats would be useful for navigation and going back and forth.
We have also proven that it complicates the navigation when we are traveling as one group, and also it does nothing to solve the problem if we must abandon the boats for whatever reason. And the fact that it is the only thing we have of value that anyone is willing to trade for seems to indicate that they have enough value that this might be one of the few items we have that anybody might be motivated to steal from us.
I suppose.
So I mean,
I
if we
cannot
have
say
the
that
one
I
boat-
feel that this. Yeah, I cannot say that I feel this is the best idea, but this is the one agreed upon by everybody. Yes.
Well, I will tell you this. If you give me the mask that you have, then we can keep both of the boats.
Geezer and Darcy have not spoken anything on this because I did put it to the whole party.
Yeah, they're right there, so it's up to them to talk. So, Gizzard, Darcy, what do you guys
Yeah.
say?
So, we have one mask. We have two boats. And just to clarify, the mask is so we can dive into the bottomless,
yeah.
non-existent
Yeah, we
sea.
can breathe under. We can breathe with it. It's a scuba mask.
What do we need that's at the bottom?
That's a
Nothing
great
that I
question.
know of. But that is not why the mask interests me. The mask interests me because if something should happen to these boats, the masks are the only thing that allow us to escape from this place.
Yeah.
At least be able to walk back to the entrance.
That's true.
And
And
the
I'm,
masks
I'm
are-
also just very curious about what is at the bottom. It would be interesting to potentially figure that out.
And we may
But
at
this
some
boat
point have
only
a
gets us
reason to
one
do
other
so.
mask. This boat only gets us one other mask.
Yes.
Well, only one person needs to survive in an emergency. I do not find that especially tasteful, but you know, as long as one of us survives, then it is possible to reconstitute the Pantheon. But if we find ourselves stranded because we lose two boats, and then we are doomed.
Okay. All right. So
One brave soul can venture into the ocean if we really want to know. I would prefer to have two boats, honestly. One for backup.
I think the argument is more of if we all get knocked off of the boat, then we TKP. Like we wipe. Sorry.
no, because I already have one mask.
Oh,
The reason I'm
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the reason I'm keeping that mask is because I'm the one that searched for and found the black orb and did the research and then figured out it went on the drag. I did all the legwork to get the dragon to open up
Yeah.
the mouth and do it. That's, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You do have one. Yeah, then keeping the boat is reasonable. That's a hard one, actually. It's probably the safer.
We have two boats, right?
Yeah.
We can trade a whole boat. Just hope nothing happens to our other boat.
Well,
And get one
I
extra
would.
mask.
The only reason I bring this up is because I would see if he had 4 more masks to trade for one whole boat, I could see this as being equitable for all in case we fall off. But yeah.
Now that would be a good deal. I
Yes.
think.
If anybody would like to come, Miss Darcy, would you like to probably persuade him? We can find out whether he has a hidden inventory that he wishes not to speak with me. I mean, he already feels that I am strange, even though he's the one that can't stop counting.
Well, no. If he likes one, is it 1,000 basically the number that he likes?
Yeah, he wants. I offer him one statue. He wants 999 others. I offer him one gem. He wants 999 just like it. Actually, that's a question, Jeremy. How big are those gems? I've got like assorted gems.
I have better option. I assume we have at least this much between us all. What if we offer him 999 half Mithna?
He might take it if you can be persuasive. I can help you, but that is not something I think I can do on my own. I have not. I'm not with the silver tongue
I
as
shall
you.
do this. I shall do this. Quickly, everyone, give me your half Mithna. We will have 999 for this strange individual. We can afford it.
Wait, how many half Mithna are you asking from us?
Basically, we just need to make collectively 999.
Or
Like, well,
1,000.
1,000
We need
really,
1,000.
because
Yeah.
1,001 to show him, and then the other to complete his collection.
Yeah. Yeah, pebble. The pebbles, even though they have a beautiful, glittery gem paint, he could tell that they were not that we had made them. But that is a thing. That is possible. If I had 1,000 golden grains of rice, then maybe that would work. But yeah, you. So if you will go talk to him, I will do my best to help you out.
Okay, I will give you 1,000 half Mithna if you can get me a mask.
Hmm.
I hand
We
over
shall
half.
see.
I hand over 1,000 half Mithna.
All right, Darcy, add
Yay.
1,000 half Mithna to your inventory.
All right. I'll go with you, but I believe I will only be giving you a backup for your talking.
Basically. Time to go trade nickels and dimes for magical math.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait here. Have fun.
Which way to go?
I'm right over here.
Okay. Yum, 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 yum.
All right, so you guys both stop there, so I can move you into the cave. All right. All right, so can you both see the cave?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, so you enter. You see the shining lights, and you see the strange one. He seems to be
Yeah, don't go in.
focused on something as you enter, and doesn't notice you right away.
Yeah, don't go to those bright lights. Those are the ghosts of forgetfulness.
I see.
As you get close, he looks up, and he says,
Just
"Strange
before
one,
he looks
you
up,
brought a friend."
yeah, just before he looks up, as we were approaching for 1 minute, I go ahead and give Darcy guidance.
Okay. You brought a friend, strange one. What do you want?
I did. Well, she is a very good friend. She is very knowledgeable about many things, and she has collections of her own. I thought you two might like to speak.
He looks over at you,
Turn
Darcy,
it.
and you see his mouth. It looks fairly straight and kind of hard, and ever so slowly it moves up into a smile, and then it goes back to being straight across. And he says, "Perhaps you are less strange. You wish for a mask of Cephas,
I do.
and what will you trade?"
I hear you like making large collections.
He nods.
She shows him a half Mithna. Do you have any of these?
He looks at that, turns it over. Why should I take this? What is the value?
It's actually quite valuable. It can get you an excellent meal, items and trinkets of your desire.
He looks at you and tilts his head. No, it can't. This is not money. And he looks at you, Darcy. What is the value?
That's all the help I can really give you. Come on.
Yeah, that was such great help.
My charisma is 10.
What is the Mithna made out of?
Silver.
It is silver. It is a pure shiny metal. You can melt it down, turn it to anything you want. Link it together, turn it into jewelry.
And in certain places, it is money, you know.
He looks at you again, Judge, and he tilts his head, and then he looks back at Darcy. Your friend is strange.
He is. But he is useful.
He thinks for a moment. Do you have... I will potentially take it, but I am not convinced it is valuable to anyone. Perhaps a larger, if you have larger coins or larger objects, I could have 1,000. But for this small one, I think I would need 5 of 1,000.
She then shows the normal Mithna.
He looks at that.
What about
2 of 1,000.
I see what you're doing here, DM.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm rich.
Yeah, you see why I got frustrated. It was like gerber, gerber, gerber.
you would like 2,000 of these
Yes.
for one mask?
Yes.
It is done.
You give him 2,000 Mithna?
Yeah, I'm rich enough. It's fine. I'll give it back.
Okay, mark off 2,000 Mithna. He hands you the mask. You can see it on the ground. You should be able to pick it up.
It's on the ground?
Yeah, it should say Mask of Cephas right here. Can you see it?
There we go. There we go. I took it. There we go.
Okay, good.
Oh, you didn't even have to make a persuasion check.
Nope. He's got a fixation for a certain number.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I am curious. What do you do with your collection?
He kind of lays it out in front of him, and you can see him kind of just making different stacks. And he says, I enjoy it, but only if it has value. And you can see as he rubs his fingers on it, even though it's silver, it seems to slightly change the color of his fingers.
Do many come to trade with you?
Sometimes. There is dry seasons, and then there are seasons that are busy. It depends on the fishing.
Do you only trade in masks?
Usually.
What else do you offer?
Oh, there are other masks, but only that one will allow you to breathe where we can breathe.
The other masks do different things.
And he seems to be messing, moving the coins around, and he seems to be having a hard time getting his attention. Yes, are you still here?
I will leave you to your new collection. Do enjoy it. I may be back to trade again.
If you go to the mines and bring back Cephas, we can make more masks.
All right.
As we leave, I will very quietly inform Darcy. He has already shown me on the map where those mines are. They are very, very far out of our way.
Well, if you're really wanting it, we can go there eventually. I think I have some small Mithna no, half Mithna. Half Mithna to return.
So will you just have Cyclone and owe you for the mask, or?
It is my mask now. You may borrow it. It is mine. I did
All
take
right.
it is crude but useful. Alright. She just tosses the bag of 1,000 half Mithna back at Cyclonin.
Alright, Cyclone, and you got 1,000 half Mithna back.
Oh, it's not failed as well.
No,
All right.
I did not, as I show the mask.
Interesting. How did you manage to negotiate for that?
I had to give him my Mithna. 2,000 of it.
We have plenty. I think that's fair. We're never going to use all the Mithna we have at this point.
Speak for yourself.
I had a feeling that was coming.
Good point.
Alright, so you've gotten back in the boat. Do you guys do anything else before you leave, or talk about anything?
Just Oh, Cyclonin, you said you had a possible way to get us straight to Siphon. Were you willing to try that now, or do you want to head off the beach in first?
Suppose I can try and cast my spell on your object.
All right. Second.
Does magic affect our boat?
Sure, fireball would.
Well, I don't think anybody's cast magic directly at the boat yet, so you don't know.
Could we animate object the boat and have it row itself?
It's only for an hour at a time, though.
And?
Okay. Theoretically, it would have a strength 26, but yeah.
It's one less hour of rowing for everyone else. Especially if we're in the middle of a fight, we need to keep moving. You never know. Just food for thought.
All right, so you guys, Judge pulled out that moon model. So are you casting a spell at it, or are you doing something else?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and dig out my new navigation tools. Dig out my my scrying tome, which I'm going to use as my sort of magic map, and start casting the spell to try to divine a way towards what I hope to be Siphon, using the moon model as my navigational reference.
Okay. You do so, and it does point a direction. It points almost because you basically you know that you've traveled north based on where the island is in the map. The ping you're getting is almost directly west. And
West is
as far it gives you the spell gives you distance, right?
Yeah.
So you get this sense of distance, although it's weird because the value seems to keep shrinking and increasing. Although you have a feeling that is a it's something to do with Ermanig. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Ah,
So
Cyclonen,
you
our
get the
compass.
sense, though, if it's telling you anywhere between 20 and 30 miles.
This is not going to take us to Siphon. It is going to take us to something else that is many miles left or west. Oh, the distance keeps changing, but it is something in the order of 20 to 30 miles.
well.
Not too far.
We did learn that distances don't necessarily mean the same thing here, so that might be messing with your spell. But the direction, at least. Well, I'm sorry. It was definitely worth a good try. Yes.
So one thing you do know about the spell is that um, it's probably going to point you toward where the object either spent the most time or where it originated from. So if you have an object that's meant to be a key or meant to be used somewhere, that doesn't necessarily mean it was made there.
I thought it was most closely. If it was a key, it'd be most closely connected with the lock. So, like, if you have a key to your house, and then you leave your house and you drive one town over, and you lose your key there, and the key spends all its time, a year in that other town, and then somebody else finds it, wouldn't find the path, point that key back to the lock it goes to,
Only if it's
even if it
spent
didn't spend time
either
there.
is made where that lock is or it spent most of its time there. Like if you bought a
Okay.
key and you used it in the same house for 10 years and then you moved it to another town for a year, yeah, I'd point back to that house because it spent the most time there. But if you just made the key, used it there once, and then moved it somewhere else, it'll go ahead and point to wherever it spent that time. So it's not a
Okay.
logical association. It's kind of like either it's going to be the place where it either originated from or spent the most time at.
Okay. All right.
So,
Yeah,
like, if
I
you have a
figured it.
natural rock, like a pebble, then that works because naturally, of course, it's part of that landscape. So, of course, it's going to point there. But for things that can move
I just thought
around,
it would. I thought it would point to the lock it goes to.
yeah, because it doesn't
Right.
know that it goes to that lock. There's no,
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry about that. I just.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
But
It was worth a try.
but yeah. So it pointing that direction doesn't say anything about whether it can be used as Siphon or not. It just says that it spent more time at wherever that location is.
All right. Well, I'm not 100% sure of anything else that might be close to Siphon. Let me think here. If you have another idea for navigation.
I suppose I can make use of these. One question I have as far as the fluctuation, is it like rhythmic, like what I might expect if the thing was orbiting around in a circle, for instance?
Um, it's fairly rhythmic.
I mean,
I mean,
I wouldn't know that it's a circle, but that would at least give me an idea of if it's an object that's potentially moving back and forth. The circle was just. I mean, yeah, I would probably see it
yeah. I mean,
biased to the left or right
it
if that
could
were
be
the
the
case.
target is moving around. It could also be that Ermanig itself is messing with the distance.
Yeah, but if it's at least sort of predictable
Yeah,
rather
it's
than
in that
sort of.
range. It doesn't that 20 to 30 miles. It never goes less than 20. It never goes higher than 30. So you're
Yeah.
pretty sure it's in that range.
Yeah. Very well. Well, for now we will travel more or less in that direction. All right, so go ahead and push off and then start sailing west. Now, my plan is as we go west, I want to bias to the left a little bit, basically south a little, to try to reunite with the cave wall.
Okay, fair enough. So go ahead and give me the navigation, but you have advantage, and you can use your tools, so you get that extra +2 as well.
And D4 if you want it.
31.
Yeah, so easy enough. And then you guys can give me your strength check for the normal rolling. So 4 people. And the advantage is because you have that target to hone in on. Or that's why you got the advantage.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a 14, 20, 30, 33. Go ahead and roll conglomerate. I mean, not conglomerate. Gizzard.
No, did we lose Gizzard?
I guess I can roll for Gizzard if he's not around. He doesn't have to get much. I think 2 is what he needs for maximum speed. Okay, good. All right, so 1, 2. All right, so you do bias south a bit. So you do near the end of your journey, or near the end of the next hour, you do kind of come across. You do see the wall on your left side, and as you're traveling, you notice up ahead. Oh, yeah. So as you're traveling, this warm updwelling bursts from where the water would be, and out comes pouring 14 dog-sized crabs. So let me move that guy out of the way. I have my encounter map a little overloaded here. And they all kind of fall into the boats, and they start scampering around. You can see them kind of. If there's any bags or any backpacks or anything around, you can see them scampering over, especially with the smell of the high-quality rations, and you can tell they're starting to try to dig their way into your various bags and backpacks and so forth, trying to find food. So what do you do?
Yeah, I'm not gonna let them do that this time.
I'm gonna start telekinetically shoving crabs off the boat.
Okay.
Mage hand.
You one boat's kind of near the edge, so you're able to get him off pretty easily. Some of the others are kind of moving around trying to dodge. So Cyclonan's trying to telekinetically shove. What are you doing, Darcy, as they're trying to claw into your backpack? All right, Darcy seems to be busy. Gizzard, are you here?
Can I pick them up with Mage Hand?
Sure. So
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of shove.
How heavy are these things?
Yeah. How heavy are they?
They are they're dog size, so they're probably going to be around 60, 70 pounds.
Hmm.
That wouldn't work.
Okay, yeah, is that too heavy for mage hand? Yeah, so you try to mage hand it, but it's too heavy.
Yeah, that's what I was predicting. Okay, then I'm gonna physically kind of like move him away from my backpack.
Okay, so he's trying to get to it. You're trying to move him. So go ahead and give me an athletics check. Darcy, what are you trying to do as the crab is trying to dig into your backpack?
I'm not gonna let that happen. And I'm gonna like basically. Can I use my goat legs that are very strong, since I can leap everywhere, and basically kick them back in the water?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a melee attack.
Melee attack?
So yeah, it would basically be your strength bonus plus a d20 plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
So d20 plus 5 or plus 5, yeah, that's what it looks like. All right, yeah, well, that is enough to kick him right off the boat, and he falls off the side. All right, Judge, what are you doing? You got these things crawling everywhere on your boat. You got on the wrong boat, apparently. What are you gonna do?
Well, this one here is very precarious, and so is this one. I wonder if I can actually just push and kick these two because they're literally right on the edge. Like, nope, as they're coming on, nope, 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 knock them off.
All right, go ahead and give me a athletics check.
Athletics or acrobatics? Athletics.
Athletics, because you're trying to push them off. It's basically a strength thing.
Good luck to me.
Okay, yeah, you go to push, but they're actually big. I mean, they're dog size. They're 60, 70 pounds, and yeah, your push unfortunately is pretty anemic. But Conglomerate gets the same idea, and he's gonna try to push one of his off. So he's gonna go ahead and do his athletics. And yeah, he just flips this guy right out of the boat, and it falls over. All right, Cyclonin, you were able to shove one of them off. There's no others near you, but you look down and you see Gizzard has two of them trying to go after his bags, and poor Conglomerate and Judge are just overwhelmed with them. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go ahead and kind of duck underneath that front bench so that I'm sort of under the closest crab to Gizzard. I'm gonna telekinetically shove it.
Okay. Is there a roll for a telekinetic shove to hit?
They have to make a strength saving throw. I don't have to make an attack roll or anything.
Oh, okay, fair
like
enough. They got a low strength, so no problem.
That fails.
All right, so overboard. All right, Gizzard, one just flew over. You got one down here crawling up, trying to get into your bag. What are you gonna do?
I am gonna throw him away.
Okay, go ahead and give me a athletics check unless you have something else, something specific you plan.
Okay, instead of that, then I will go ahead and kick him like Darcy did.
Okay, go ahead and make a melee attack. So d20 plus your proficiency plus your strength bonus.
So the proficiency, is that the charisma proficiency, or is that something different?
No, that's your normal. That's your +5 for your level.
I see. Okay.
When you're proficient in something, you add your proficiency bonus to it.
Understood.
And for a melee attack, that's under strength. So that's why you get the bonus. All right, yeah, you knock him right off. You kick him off. He goes flying. All right, Judge. They're moving in. They're starting to tear open your bag. You can see stuff starting to roll out. What are you gonna do?
Oh no. We are going to. Actually, I have an Arcana question.
Okay.
I do have the spell web, and it does work like a spider web. I just read the description. But can it be finagly cast to be more like a fishing net to gather them up and knock them overboard?
if you cast it like in the boat, because you know your two sides could be the sides of the boat, so you could cast it in the boat, but they would have to get caught up in it before you could use it to throw them up. So you can't make it like a net out of it or something. It's just a web
That's
that goes
that's
across.
that's exactly what I was trying to think of. If I could finagle the web into a net, but okay. That being the case, I am swinging. Gonna put it
Okay,
in
you're just
my
gonna
bag
go all
that
out.
way.
Go ahead.
My
All right,
nice
you hit the
pretty
first
bag.
one.
Clean.
Knock it off. You
Yep.
just and
Second.
you get yeah. Go ahead and do your attack and attacks. Just attack action.
Second attack.
Yep,
16.
another one goes off.
Bonus action attack.
Okay. Okay, this one you just basically cut in half as it goes flying. The pieces just go flying over. All right, Conglomerate is going to toss another one over. He'll use athletics.
He's got
for
4
that.
arms. Can he grab 2 and toss 2?
No, but he's got such high bonuses, he doesn't miss. So another one
I
goes
was gonna,
over.
well, he is a ranger. He has a second attack as well.
All right, Darcy. You can see that Judge has just given up. He's just pulled out his sword and he's just started to slice into him. So what are you gonna do?
Having yourself a bit of pushy over there. Huh?
They're chewing holes in my bags of Quinnex. They're classics. Ruin the leather.
How many oars do we have on each boat?
2 on each boat, so 4 total.
Can I pick up one oar and just use it to like poke off this one?
Yep. You can just
Like this
use a melee attack for that.
Yep. Mac. Get out of here.
All right, off it goes.
You're welcome.
All right, Cyclonin, what are you gonna do? There's 3 left. Basically chewing on Conglomerate's bags.
Let me go ahead and verify something here. Okay. Whichever crab is the highest, I'm going to telekinetically shove it.
That would probably be this one since he's on one of the boards.
All right.
So he has to make a strength save, right?
Yeah, he's got a DC 18.
Yeah, I didn't
That
think
does
so.
not make it.
Off it goes. All right, Gizzard. There's 2 left that are chewing in Conglomerate's bag.
Okay. Should I just Eldritch Blast them away?
You can if you want.
I don't really want to kill them. I don't want to anger them. More than we
Cut them in
are.
half.
You can see a little bit of blood on the boat over here where Judge was just swinging with the sword.
Okay, well, they're getting Eldritch Blasted then.
All right, go ahead.
2 and 1.
Sure. All right, so blast that one away, and blast that one away. So all the crabs have been knocked off. Judge, you look down and you can see several holes in your bag. You can see several holes in Conglomerate's bag. Gizzard, your bag is fared a little better. There's only a minor small hole. Nothing really in Cyclonan's because he was pretty quick. And a small tear in your bag, Darcy. Alright, so you can start casting mending. Judge, you have to actually collect things to put into your bag because there's like several holes. You had things rolling around the boat and everything. Fortunately, nothing broke.
I'll mend Darcy and Gizzard's stuff.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, now that you've taken care of the crabs, the warm updraft has ended. And you're kind of just rocking in the water. There was, the water going back and forth as everything was happening as well. But the boats have settled down. So what do you guys do next?
I'm not going to continue following the wall west until it starts breaking to the south.
Okay, so no navigation checks. You're at the wall, so just the strength checks will do.
Decent strength. Okay.
Yeah. So 18 from Conglomerate.
Finally a good roll.
All right, so that's 33. All right, so Judge and all right, so that's full speed. Good enough. 1, 2. All right, so you continue following the wall. It did curve in slightly and then back out again, but it was a very slight dip. And you do notice, however,
Wait, describe that again.
oh, there was a slight dip in the wall. So basically, you follow the wall, and then you kind of rotate it outward a little bit. But it was fairly minor. You know, less than way less than a mile. Probably tens of feet.
So sort of an outcropping in the wall.
Yeah, a small one.
Stopping there for a bit. What kind of distance reading am I getting?
About 18 to 28 miles.
Interesting. All right, yeah, we'll keep on going.
Now, as you go to continue traveling, you do notice that going the direction, you can just see at the edge of your light, going in that direction. You can see some cave drakes, those flying creatures that you fought at the islands before. You see maybe 4 to 8 of them. It's hard to tell the exact numbers because they're at the edge of your vision, but they seem to be circling and flying around as if they're looking for something. And they are basically, they seem to be directly in the direction you want to go.
But circling in a sort of predictable spot, huh?
Yeah.
Well, since we got distance, we know we want this. We could try and sail around them. That shouldn't take long.
Whichever you think is best, you are navigating. I will do my best
so
to
if we-
whichever your plan.
So if we stay too close to the wall, we're gonna run into them, right?
That's the idea you have, yeah.
All right. In that case, gonna try and sail north, just trying to stay at the edge of our view of them and kind of work our way around.
Okay, go ahead and give me a navigation check then.
Okay.
All right, and then of course you have you're using your tools, right? So that would be a 17.
Yeah.
Okay, so fair enough. And then I think you guys already made your strength check, right? Or no, that was last time. All right, so yeah, go ahead and give me a strength check, and we'll see how far you go.
You can go ahead and roll mine real quick.
All right, rolling judge. All right, so that's 12, 24, 32, 42, it looks like. So, okay, so that is full speed. All right, 1, 2. So, okay, so you travel. You manage to avoid the creatures, but you don't see you no longer see the walls.
So now I was trying to basically do okay, if the cave drakes are there, basically kind of do a half circle to go around them and then keep going. Or did I have to swing wider than that?
You did wind up swinging wider, probably wider than you intended to. The strong currents, it's like you lost sight of the walls, and the kind of strong currents you feel like kind of probably sent you out further than you wanted.
So what kind of distance reading am I getting right now?
Probably 27 to, or sorry, 17 to 27.
Okay. That's probably good enough. From this point, I am going to start taking us north. So the idea being is trying to maintain a consistent distance from the destination that we've got, and trying to make sure that that is directly off the port side.
Okay, that makes sense. So, okay, so go ahead and give me a navigation check then. We'll use a lower DC because you're using that as a reference. So we'll
And
mark it down
guidance
a
if
step.
possible.
I'll definitely take it. Okay, so let's see. How do 4 plus 2?
Okay, so 23. And then we're doing it down a step. Okay, great. All right, go ahead and give me your strength checks to see how well this all goes. So 30,
I'm rolling.
36.
1 sec.
Okay, great.
Oh, that's a good one.
Move full speed as far as you can tell. You can feel yourself going. All right, so you head at least what you think is north. You don't really see anything around you. You don't see any walls or anything. Kind of just the darkness around you. And you don't really notice any activity. You don't see any people or anything else. So you think you're going north. So what are you going to do now?
All right, well, we shall continue to go north.
Okay, go ahead and give me another navigation check then.
A little more guidance.
Gizzard, could I have your assistance making sure that I am never mind. He can't see what I can see, so never mind. Actually, I've got an idea. Gizzard, I will periodically point to where my destination is. Can you make sure that when I point to it, that the boat is in fact directly perpendicular to it?
That the boat is perpendicular to what?
Yeah, so with the boats lined up, I'm going to point due west towards the destination. That is the direction for our reference point. If I point towards the destination, but my arm is not pointing directly off the left of the boat, let me know so that I can adjust accordingly.
Okay.
Basically trying to enlist the Gizzard's help here.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that'll work. So you get advantage. All right, so 32 it looks like. So, okay, so roll strength, and we'll see how far you go. So that is a 23 so far.
I'm assuming you're probably going to still have to roll for judge.
Oh, all right.
Oh, no, I can. Hold on. I'm pulling it up
And
now.
Darcy as well. No, not Darcy. Gizzard.
Sorry?
Make another strength check.
Oh, my bad.
All right, so that is 23, 30, 40. Okay, fair enough. All right, so you're sailing along, and for a while you don't see anything. But up ahead, into the light, you can see several boats just become visible. Hold on, if I can do this. Hold on, I am dealing with this thing that's being stubborn. I'll be right there. And then people. All right. So up ahead of you, you can see that there are two boats that seem to be just kind of floating in the water. You can see that there are a couple of people that seem to be using the oars to try to keep the boat from moving too much relative to the other boat. And then you see the other figures have fishing poles, and you can see that they're actually fishing in the memory of the sea. And so as you kind of get closer, the person in the lead kind of looks over to the group, and then he kind of gestures at everybody else who look your direction as well. And then he starts talking to you, but you don't understand what he's saying. What do you do?
One second. I will go ahead and cast tongues. I can understand any language I hear and be able to speak so that they can understand me.
Okay, so go ahead and bring up the spell. All right, so you can understand he's spoken to you here, and when the target speaks, any creature knows. Okay, so you can understand him, he can understand, or you can speak his
Me.
language, and you can understand what he's saying. But that doesn't help.
Well, no, I can. Okay.
But it doesn't look like that helps the people in your group, right?
Well, I would be the only one understanding what he says, but
Yeah, it would help if
I
he hit
can
the target
speak.
with it, but if it hits himself, it benefits him specifically. But
Yeah.
all the Dradkin would be able to talk to him.
Right, that's what I mean. Is that they can talk to him, he can talk to them, but to the rest of you guys, they're still speaking a foreign language.
Right.
Well, actually, that's the thing, because I can speak in common so that everybody can understand at least my half of the conversation. It just might have to translate what they're saying for everybody else later.
Yeah, fair enough. That's true. All right, so what the guy's saying is, wait, these are. Who are you? These are our fishing grounds.
We do not mean to intrude. We are merely passing through, traveling. We do not intend to fish. We were just looking for the city, the landfall, I guess. Just passing through.
What landfall?
Second. For
everybody else,
possibly any land.
Judges, you can hear Judge talking, and he seems to be speaking the same language that they are. Go ahead, Judge.
Okay. For just landfall past the great waterfall, just somewhere to land our boat.
Oh,
we're just passing through.
I would suggest then that you head back the way you came. There are islands that you can land at.
We came from those islands. We are not going back to them. Thank you, though. I appreciate that.
So where do you wish to head?
And I believe north. There's all sorts of things.
So you wish to head to Siphon?
Yes, there's Siphon, the Franz. Just we mean not to interrupt or disturb. We're just traveling through.
Why do you go to Siphon? You wish to join our enemies?
We do not. We wish not to get involved. Like I said, just passing through.
Then why Siphon?
Because legend has it that there is something fancy there that I would like to do some research and learn about. Perhaps a way to get to the moon.
Bah. Do not trouble yourself with the war. Turn around.
I wish not to trouble myself with war. I simply seek
What are
knowledge.
they telling you?
They're telling us to go back to the island that we just came from and to stay out of the war. I'm trying to tell them that we don't want any part of the war. We just want to do research and learn and pass through. We're not going to fish in their water.
You got quiet again. Can you speak up a little bit?
Sorry. And we're just passing through, and we're not going to fish in their waters and steal their fish either.
Then tell them we are going after a group of people who have gone to Siphon to aid their enemies. We are trying to defeat those people.
All right, I'll turn to those people again. Like, there is something else we wish to do, but didn't. You haven't heard of, and I'm going to say the name of the spider lady again. You haven't heard of this particular person, have you?
Jorogumo? Jorogumo? Yes. They, we have heard of them.
We have been told by another on the island, another of your kind on the island, that that person is going to join the Kirig, and we were going to stop him, or attempt to stop him. Oh, what was the name? Can Judge remember the name of that wizard, Draken, that we talked to, the one who could cast the spell for us to speak?
Oh,
Oh, it was just yesterday. Judge would remember the name. Tyler can't.
Fair enough. Hold on. I will. Bethalon. Is that who you're talking about?
Bethalon. Yeah. Well, Bethalon told us that this person was heading to Siphon to join the Kirig after swindling him, and we had made an arrangement to bring her more to justice, but we also want to learn about why they're doing what they're doing. So.
All right, go ahead and give me a persuasion or deception check, whichever you think is more appropriate.
Either way, I shouldn't have cast the spell.
Yeah, he looks at you.
Wait a second. Wait. Sorry.
I'm waiting. He stops and he thinks for a moment. Perhaps you have a point. Why should I believe that you are going after them? What is your issue with them?
Well, they are actually particularly violent. As you can see, I am not Draken like you, but she is of a group of people that are killing off my kind. So there's a little bit of a vendetta, but it is personal, not something I wish to advertise. But yes.
Very well. You are not after our fish, after all. We will not interfere. Please continue. Quick as you can, as to not disturb the waters.
We could be quicker if you'd point us in the direction of Siphon.
Sorry, say that last part?
We would be even quicker if you could point us in the direction of Siphon so we don't go in circles, please.
He points this way.
All right. I turn to Cyclonin and say, according to them, that is the direction of Siphon. If you can take that bearing, let's just get out of here quickly and quietly.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and keep doing what I was doing before, having Gizzard.
You're really quiet.
I said I'm going to try and navigate the way I was before, continuing to enlist Gizzard to help me.
Okay, well, same rule
Aye,
as
aye,
last
yeah.
time then. Okay, with the 22, your DC is lower, so that's okay. Go ahead and make your strength checks to see how well you do against the current. We'll see what happens.
Would that be a 24 because of his stuff, or did that get added in?
I already added it in.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, my roll was otherwise kind of mediocre.
Alright, so that's 19, 38. Okay. Alright, so you continue to head north, and, or at least what you think is north, but you do see an encouraging sign, and that is that you can see out of the darkness the kind of land kind of rising up. And while you don't see a city from where you are, you can definitely see that there's a ridge that is rising out of the water. And so it hasn't broken the quote unquote surface yet, but it's definitely within sight. And that ridge seems to be heading almost in the same direction that you've been heading in. And I think that's where we will call the session. So you seem to finally have reached land, or at least a little piece of land, and you think you're heading north to to Siphon.
Well then.
All right then.